suffering from low T than ever, thanks to stress, poor diet, and lifestyle. This is a serious health issue, but I tell you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time, if you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription strength testosterone, because nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. Increasing your testosterone will give you more energy. I know. It'll help you build muscle mass. It'll help you sleep better. It improves your mental focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. It's a complete game changer. Testosterone also helps you lose and maintain your proper weight. So go to the trusted leader in health solutions for men and women, Red Mountain Weight Loss. Their experienced medical team has helped people optimize their hormones for over 30 years now, and now they can help you too. Book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today. Have low T? Start for free this month only at Red Mountain. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Do you love your kids? Send them to Crush Yard Summer Camp, where every day is packed with pickleball, ping pong, arcade games, crafts, cornhole, and more. It's active, creative, and tons of fun. Plus, lunch is included. More than just a camp, it's a summer full of new friends, confidence building, and unforgettable memories. With flexible scheduling and affordable pricing, it's easy to plan your summer your way. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at crushyard.com/camps.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card. So let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. When you call Tobacco-Free Florida's phone quit service, you'll receive one-on-one sessions with a coach who can help you on your quit journey. You may also qualify for free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell and Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a Big Green Egg.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had. Running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Friday, June 6th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Trump versus Musk equals nuclear to a teacher accidentally tips $5,000 at a bar, and Trump allies push to deport Elon Musk. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And this never, ever, ever happens, friends.
What?
Can't believe this. Let me just double check, triple check.
Dust it off and try again.
No, this is real. Yeah, this is legitimately real. This is a last-minute message from AI Jesus. Let's see what he said.
Have a great Friday, you mother...
We get it, everybody!
Yeah.
That's right. We made it through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday has arrived. Pat yourself on the back. Congratulations, everybody. How's everybody doing on a Friday?
Pretty good. I got to tell you, I am, a little... adrenaline rushed right now.
Why is that?
Because coming into the parking lot and I'm, my last song, right before I pull into HQ, I'm usually like belting out to warm up the voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, there's a log in the middle of the turtle.
Whoa.
Full turtle.
Full turtle. Did you get out and save the turtle?
Got out, cigarette hanging out of my mouth, other cars coming through. I'm like, sorry, guys. Bing, bing, bing.
Slippery ass turtle in your hands.
Delivered it back and then poured all of the sanitizer I have in my car in my hands.
Was it a snapping turtle?
It was not. It looked your standard land turtle with the yellow on the side, but it was scared and confused.
Besides getting bit, how do you know if it's a snapping turtle?
It has like a weird, it has a snapping mouth.
It has a face like a uncircumcised wiener is the head of the turtle. It's apparent when you see it, and if you grab it, they can go to the side better. They can go like over here, and get you, man. They're dangerous.
Yeah, this was a circumcised turtle.
Was it? Oh, good for him, or bad for him. I don't know.
So that's the latest with me. How you boys doing?
No, go deeper.
Also circumcised.
Yeah. Still.
I would hope.
Yeah. Can't reverse it, unfortunately. It's one of those.
Or could you?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't know what surgery they got going on. They got reverse moils. Is that what they call them, a moil?
Isn't the moil the person that does it?
That's what I thought. Yeah, this would be a reverse moil. Like the moil.
Instead they just spit it out.
Yeah, maybe that, and then it goes right back on. All right, let's move along.
Anyways.
Let's see what else is going on in the world. In fact, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to the world of basketball.
Oh,
yeah. Hey, you know where they take basketball seriously? Indiana.
On the court. Oh.
Indiana. They love them. Some basketball over in Indiana. And you got the finals going on in the NBA. It's a big deal. Big deal. I've been watching it nonstop. In fact, I've built a sports HQ in my house. I've got 17 televisions.
And all of the sports equipment needed to start your own career.
Yeah, I put on the uniform of the sport that I'm watching at the moment. So like I've got my, my tank on, my tank top, my basketball shorts. I'm watching. I've got everything going on.
Doing the dribs. And
you got Indiana versus Oklahoma City. Huge game in the finals. Finals game 1. It's 107-110. I mean, it is down to it. There's a minute left. Let's see what happens. This is going to be an unbelievable finish to this game.
Clinging to this three-point lead.
Here we go.
The drive inside. Shot blocked. Siakam throws
Here we go.
No.
Next on 21 Alive News, the man who was brutally beaten.
The local news went to commercial with 1 minute left in the championship game.
So no one's at HQ. They're HQ.
I think they decided to do it.
No way.
Maybe it was maybe it goes at 59 after, no matter what, this promo kicks in. But everybody's on the edge of their seat watching the basketball game, and everything goes black. It goes completely black. And then they go into a promo. And the greatest thing is, one of the promos is about watching the basketball game. And you're like, what would be better than this? If you just put the basketball game back on. People were melting down. All right, basketball. All right, we go.
Next 21 Alive News, the man who was brutally beaten at Pike's Pub last week has come forward.
What a transition.
What he wants to have happen now. Also tonight, a big night for Pacer fans as Indiana is in the NBA Finals. We'll show you a local business who has seen a boost from the Yes Sir.
I can just imagine the screaming from the couch.
Breaking news, our station's on fire right now from a lot of the basketball fans.
Right, yeah. This is how you get egged. This is how you get egged right here if you do this. So they got in some trouble, those folks over in Indiana, broadcasting the game. We all know who won in the end, though. We all know who won. It was a very, very good battle right there to the final couple of seconds. But we know who won. Hang on a second here. Indiana basketball.
I bet it was Indiana.
Score. Okay. And as we said, Indiana won. Yeah, 111 to 110.
Wait, weren't they down by 3 when the news cut in?
You bet they were. And then that
1
last
point.
second.
110 to 111.
Holy cow. And imagine that, like, nail biter right there at the finish. Unbelievable. Well, congratulations to the Indiana Pacers and everybody else who was out there playing. Meanwhile, we got big drama on board today and every day moving here forward. The front of the New York Post today says, "I hate my ex." And it's got Trump and Elon and a little heart that's like broken down the middle. Like what do they call those things you might give to a lover? You know, like
a box of chocolates.
No, I guess it could be a box of chocolates. I was thinking like a locket, right? Like a little heart locket and busted down the middle
like
kind of thing.
Doily edge.
Yeah, and it says big, beautiful breakup. Trump-Elon bromance explodes into insults and threats. And I've been watching this since yesterday when this happened during the show. And it's so hilarious to me how this is like two people with borderline personality disorder in a relationship breaking up.
The
it's
biggest
like
egos.
And you know what this feels like? Do you know when your friend starts dating that person where you go, "Oh God, this
Not
is
a good move.
Spectacularly bad. What are you doing right now?" And then they come to you and they go, "Me and Jennifer broke up."
Oh.
And you have to have that moment where you're like, "No, Jennifer and you? No, I would have never thought."
He was so quiet. Nice.
I would have never thought that this was going to be the case here. But some of the back and forth today is so like a couple. It's so like a couple that is broken up.
And then Jennifer's like, "He's on the Epstein list."
Yeah.
There's your big bomb drop.
It's like, this is Jennifer's equivalent of going to Facebook and be like, "He was such an asshole the whole time."
But then Jennifer
away.
and what was the guy's name?
Forgot.
Chad,
Chad.
have so much money and power. And then I love to see the aftermath of, we're ending this and we're doing this. And I guess we're going to stop this program. I'm like,
SpaceX.
Okay,
Yeah, I get.
we'll
We'll
what
stop.
happens.
We'll stop our spaceship program, and then some rando guy's like, "No, Elon, don't stop the spaceship program." And Elon's like, "Okay, fine." Oh, thank God for that guy. Just one random guy online. It's a big breakup going down. I love the drama that's associated with this. So let's at least follow a little bit of it. We won't just inundate you with it today, but here's CNN talking about this a bit.
The president. CNN chief political correspondent Dana Bash joins us now by phone. Dana, what did he tell you?
Tell us, Dana.
Good morning, John. Well, he said that he's, quote, well, here's exactly what he said. Quote, "I'm not even thinking about Elon. He's got a problem. The poor guy's got a problem."
This is exactly what you would say about your ex if you had just broken up. Like, I am not even talking about Jennifer. She's got a problem. Poor girl. I feel a little bad for her.
I'm not wasting a moment of my energy on that absolute evil bitch.
This is how this would go. And you would be back and forth like with this exact kind of charged language. What are the other stories? This is GMA, Good Morning America, talking about this.
You call the president on his cell phone at 6:45, he picks up. Yeah, he picked up. Look, there's been reporting out there that the White House is working to put together a call between Elon Musk and Donald Trump to broker some kind of peace.
Good luck.
I asked Donald Trump about that.
By the way, that's your friend going, "I think I can patch this up. If I could just get you on the phone and Jennifer on the phone, we will sew you guys back together and there'll never be a problem again." No, it's going to happen eventually. It's going to happen.
He's not particularly interested in talking to Elon Musk. He said Elon wants to talk to him. He's not ready to talk to Musk, who he called a man who has lost his mind. They have a lot of leverage over each other. Oh, there's no question about that. Look, Elon Musk.
Oh, yes. These two back and forth. It's going to go for quite some time here. And trust me when I say something. All right?
don't care where you're at in the political world, even if you're totally disengaged, this is going to get more petty than anything you've ever seen in your life. It is going to get so petty. I'm already up to my ears in petty this morning with some of the stories. This is an example. This is what Fox News was saying about this. And Trump is like, here's what I'm going to do since Elon doesn't want to be my buddy anymore.
Memo on the South Lawn a few months ago to try to help Elon Musk's business while it was being vandalized. We are told that Tesla, still sitting there, the red Tesla with Florida tags, is either going to be given away or sold off. And we are told that it was about a month that Elon Musk was wearing thin on Trump. So this was not a sudden exit and then blow up. There was about a month that he was wearing thin, the president's word.
So Trump says, I'm going to sell the red Tesla that Elon gave me at the White House. That whole thing where they were like, come on out. Here it is. And Trump was like, Tesla. I love Tesla. Tesla is the best. And now he does not. Now he's going to be selling this. Let me see. Can I get Trump saying Tesla? Or are they just going to autocorrect me? Oh, it's so great.
Oh, man. I do remember. It was like when he was doing that.
What's your best of these cars? What do you think?
Well, the car that I drive is the Model S Plaid.
Which is that one?
That's the red one. This is the red car that Trump is going to give back. And I don't you remember when he got in, he's like, everything's computer.
Oh, my God. I've never seen anything like it.
He's like, everything's computer. There he is.
Wow.
He doesn't.
That's beautiful. This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer.
Everything's computer.
That's beautiful. Wow.
It's for sale now.
You don't want me to drive it, do you?
I saw Biden do a test loop here once in the Jeep. Yeah, very easy to drive.
That was the greatest bait I've ever heard in my life, by the way. And he goes, you don't want me to drive it, dude?
Yeah,
He's like,
Biden did. Huh?
Biden spun his wheels, cowboy. What do you got? I'm surprised Trump didn't just absolutely floor it into the White House at the moment. But now this is up for grabs if you'd like it, because he's going to give it away. He said he might just give it away to somebody.
Give it away now.
Free dollars and free cents. It's going to be quite a ride here over the next couple of weeks. And like C-Lane said, it didn't take Elon Musk to be like, you know what? I'm dropping a bomb. And I think he's exactly right on this. I'm dropping a bomb. You know how everybody said, we're going to learn what happened. We're going to get the Epstein files dropped. We're going to get this. We're going to get this. We're going to get this. I think that they were planning on doing all of this. And then when they pieced it together, they go, hey, not for nothing. Here's all the people who are like connected to this in some way, like tangentially, their name is in the mix. And if we put all of them out there, we're going to have to put that, like, Trump was connected to this in some way because, you know, Epstein was a billionaire and they just like, they ran into each other and stuff. And so we got to put this out there. And they're like, whoa. We don't want to put that out there. And Elon says Trump is in the Epstein files. That's why they didn't want to release him. And I think he's probably right. And it's exactly like C-Lane was making this point, I think, at one point in time. We ended up in this spot where everybody's like, release the Epstein files. And if your name was in there, even if it was like so innocuous, like you met this guy and sold him a car or something, it's still like your name is in the files and it like has guilt associated with it. So nobody wants to be anywhere near that. And I think that's what ended up happening there. The whole thing is a giant dramatic mess, and I'm here for it. I'm excited. And
I think Chelsea Handler is the only person who's been able to successfully go, yeah, I've been to the guy's house and still somehow not look like the worst person.
True. Yeah, she's weaseled out, but I think maybe most people just don't care about her anymore. That might be the issue. These two, though, will get some attention as they... Oh, here's like Elon posted at one point an emoji that is like very curious. I don't know what this one's called.
Oh, like the straight mouth. It's like an
eyebrow up, like an eyebrow emoji.
Peculiar.
And it was a story about Trump partying with Epstein. So it's going to be absolutely nuclear. And that sounds fun. So we'll keep an eye on it. Meanwhile, let's get to a couple of emails starting us off on a Monday. Let's see. Kat sends an email. Not a Monday, sorry, a Friday. We've gone through the whole week, actually. Yes, it is Friday. And Kat says, first of all, I'm devastated that you're leaving the show, says Kat.
If I
Well, thank you, Kat.
One more text. Having to explain what's going on.
Oh, I'm sorry that this would cause some sort of drama in your world. It's obviously very dramatic for mine as well. I have to deal with that.
Dramatic.
It's been a tough week just going through all this crap. I started listening to you when you were on 92.1 in West Palm Beach, talking about somebody wanting to try a human rib.
Jacko.
That was a long time ago. I grew to love C-Lane and Sabrina. You can't be replaced. But the S show that's happening with Elon and Trump right now is hilarious. You'll be missed. All my love, and I will still be listening. Kat, the female carrier in Boynton Beach. Thank you, Kat. Appreciate that. Very, very nice of you to send that across. A couple more real quick just to kind of ease us into this Tuesday here on the show. Anonymous says, hey, Sean, just something about yesterday that I saw. Nobody was covering this. Did Jill Sobule die in a house fire? Was this real? Ooh. Not sure if you remember, but she had a couple of hits in the 90s with Supermodel, which was on the Clueless soundtrack, and I Kissed a Girl. Can't say I was a fan, but I still knew the songs. Couldn't find anything else about the death. It was in a fire. Interesting, I guess. Keep up the work, says Anonymous. I did see that when it happened. It's kind of old, I think.
Yeah, a month.
Yeah. She was, you guys know that. I Kissed a Girl. She had that song.
I know Supermodel.
Wanna be a supermodel. Yeah. Like, catchy. She was great. But, yeah, she did indeed die in a house fire, which sounds just absolutely horrible. And the last email to get us kicked off on this Wednesday, Richard emails tips at thenewsjunkie.com on a Thursday. And it says, hi, Sean. Cocoa Beach listener checking in on a Friday here. I worked in Nigeria 2.5 years as a project engineer to build a pipeline through the Niger River Delta.
And I just need you to wire me $5,000 and you'll get $4,000 back.
It does sound like that. In summer, dust storms from the Sahara Desert blow across Nigeria and across the Atlantic into the USA, as every TV meteorologist tells us today. The dust causes massive outbreaks of conjunctivitis, pink eye, in West Africa.
Pink eye?
Can you get pink eye from desert sand? That's crazy. I didn't know that.
That's what I tell everybody.
I got it from the desert sand. The Nigerians have more juju men than medical doctors, this person says. I saw many going around their eyes, or with their eyes partially swollen shut and running in some clothes. They call it Apollo 11 disease. I asked a local why, and this is what I was told. Now, he's talking about all this, like, desert dust cloud storms and stuff that are hitting the U.S. right now. In conjunction with Neil Armstrong walking on the moon, there were severe dust storms covering Nigeria and massive outbreaks of conjunctivitis. The Nigerian government blamed the USA because of our astronauts walking on the moon and stirring up dust.
This sounds like a crazy person.
That followed them back to Earth when the moon dust fell on Nigeria. They asked the United States of America for compensation. To this day, conjunctivitis is called Apollo 11 disease in Nigeria and other West African countries. Google it.
It's a real thing.
It is? That's crazy. Love that kind of stuff. That's very, very bizarre. Thank you for the input. Appreciate that. To kick us off on a Saturday today here
happy
on
Sunday, y'all.
the show. We got it all put together, and when we come back, we'll have more of the Elon Trump drama, but we'll scoot away from that for a second because I want to talk about a school teacher who has made a very big mistake, and I mean big. What happened here? That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are on the roadways clearing up an accident on State Road 408 eastbound at John Young Parkway. There's a crash getting cleared up on the ramp from State Road 429 northbound to Orange Blossom Trail. Look out for an accident reported where Simpson Road meets Buena Ventura Boulevard. Traffic's piling up at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas. And you can win.
All right. Skull Mike Squad. Cameraman, you good? You look good together. You and your friend there? 2 of them today working. Come up. Yeah. On the clock.
rock, baby. Taco night is always a bad night to eat ass? What the hell is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? It's disturbing. I can't even get Sahara dust. My broke ass has Egyptian dust, yo. All very bad. True story, chat. True story time. You want a true story? True story. Hang on a sec. See, like, I saw one person that said the audio is off for me and maybe not for you and Sabrina. I don't know if that's true. I haven't seen anybody else say it, but maybe if you could take a look if you get a second. Thank you, sir. True story. True story. Austin, it's a true story. Watch it. Watch it. Austin. True story. Woke up this morning and Courtney got a text message from her mother that, Tanya, the audio has been slightly off for 2 days. How do you not tell me this? Don't let the audio be slightly off for 2 days. Tell me this stuff. Come on. The audio is great, yeah, but is it matched up? Is it synced? Not this, not this. This doesn't matter. This is different. I told you, you ignored me. You got to email me that. Sometimes I don't see it in chat. It's fine for me, says Slim Skady. C-Lane's going to check it. We'll check it. We'll do what we got to do. You guys want to hear a true story? Want to hear a true story? JFC, tell us the true story. Well, now I'm not going to tell you the true story. I will tell you this. This is your last chance, friends, to go get your merch. And I want every single person in this chat right now who enjoys this stream each day, every single person, to at the very least hit the like button. That's the very least you can do. The most you can do is go get some merch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/merch and get these while the door is closing on this shirt design. Go get your shirts and your tanks over on the website. This is your last opportunity. I think at 3 o'clock today, 3 p.m. EST, boom, the gate will shut and you can't get it. So get them now, please. Go act fast. Artist says we already got our merch. Some people did. When did the shirts ship out, Sean? The shirts should come in next week, and they will all ship out probably that weekend or Monday. All right? Get yours now. Not everybody did. You guys want to hear a true story? You guys want to hear a true story? All this news junkie news has been fake until this true story. I'm trying to tell the story. Thank you, Tanya. Appreciate you. Tanya says, true story time. DJ Range says, tell it. All right, I'm going to tell you an absolutely true story. Hang on one second. Oh, man. We're coming back. We're coming. I will tell you the true story in just a moment. I promise you. We missed that one because there was a bunch of people who really were just being absolutely rude while I was trying to tell you the true story. But what I can tell you is we're going to talk about a teacher who made a huge mistake in just a moment.
You guys, I was going to tell you the story. What do you want? What do you want from me? A man with a story. The true one. All right, we're coming back.
To 321-321.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Recipients have done the improbable.
This medal is for the man who went down that day.
On Medal of Honor, stories of courage, you'll hear about these heroes and what their stories tell us about the nature of bravery. Listen to Medal of Honor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Medal of Honor and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
What happened? We'll get to the details on this. It's kind of crazy, and what happened after her mistake is even more wild. All of that is on the way. You can join us on the show. Send us what we call a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Before we get into the story about this teacher, this is your last warning. This is your last chance to go get your merch from this merch drop.
Warning.
It's called Beach Shirt. If you go like I'm doing right now, you go to thenewsjunkie.com, you click merch, and presto bango, you can see all of the shirts, the colors, the tanks, men's and women's options that are up for this shirt. They are not sold out yet, but they will be in a matter of hours here. And then we have to take it offline because there's only so many orders that we can actually process. So if you want to squeak in at the last minute, now's the time to do it. If you appreciate this show, if you like us, if we keep you company and you want to rock something to support the show, absolutely make a move now. The hot merch couldn't be hotter. Truly hot. Merch.
Super sexy.
There you go. Thank you. Go get yours. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and click merch right now. All right, let's get to this school teacher. She made a bit of a mistake. It happens to the best of us. And her mistake made it into the news, actually, because...
So this is not banging a student, I imagine?
Not that kind. No,
Okay.
This is better. This is better than that.
Fell, landed on his...
No, I think you guys might even side with this person, with this teacher in the story, all right? So that tells you it's probably not going to be a teacher having sex with a student, as is the case
You don't
sometimes.
know who I side with.
All right, we'll see. I don't want to make any assumptions here. The story is a school teacher accidentally gives a $5,000 tip instead of $5. All right? Does that ever happen to you? Is that ever?
No, I make sure to put the decimal point thick.
Yeah, that has happened to me. But this
a
teacher
lot of times I make the zeros teeny tiny and underline them.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know if that works with you or if it works against you, but
Well, that's not what you do when you're writing out 5,000.
Well, yeah, I mean, who knows though? This teacher says, "Hey, here's the problem. I made a mistake, and they still are going to take the money from me. Like, I'm a teacher. I can't afford this." But
I'm sorry. Was it for like a restaurant thing?
Yeah, it's a bar.
And they were like, "This is incredible."
A store.
There's nobody with cameras around making this a whole, setup for a viral video. And they're just like, obviously, you are a very rich lady and we'll take it.
We're going to take it, yeah. And
That's
it's not
insane.
even...
I want to see the receipt.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. It wasn't a bar. It was a place called San Bruno Exotic. Which...
Oh.
What does it sound like? What's that sound like?
Well, it sounds like a strip club.
It does. It's not. It's not.
No, it sounds like antiques or something.
No, it's a vape store.
Oh.
She goes into a vape store.
Why does a vape store have tipping?
I don't know.
Weird POS systems. I've been there too, where it's like, I just handed you the product to put in a bag, or I've likely said, "No bag, thank you," and you still have a tip option.
Am I crazy here? Shouldn't it just be like, hey, did you intend, to do a $5,000 tip? And when the person says no, you don't take the tip?
Yeah. Why would they give you a $5,000 tip at a vape store?
I don't know, but I like how they look at the receipt and they go, no, I'm sorry. I know that you're saying you didn't do this, but we have decided
My
that
life has changed.
You've left a $5,000 tip and we're taking it, you know? We're going to be taking it right now. Let's go to the store. Let's see what actually happened here. Maybe we'll get a receipt.
The original statement.
Linda Mathieson struggles with a shoulder issue. She went to a Peninsula vape store to purchase CBD relief gel to ease her pain. Receipts show the total for her items was $129.28.
All right, $129.28. You can hawk that out at the vape store. You're getting some good stuff, getting some CBD action. But the payment amount was for much more than that.
Feeling generous yet short at the tall checkout stand, she left what she thought was a $5 tip.
He says, enter a tip. Well, when I did, there's no decimal point. So I'm like this on my tiptoes.
Oh,
and
no!
I pushed, I thought, which was only 2 zeros, ended up being 3 zeros. I said, wait, I want to delete this. And he said, I don't know how to delete it.
Oh, no. She was too short.
That's insane. That's insane.
Imagine she's at the counter at the vape store and she's down here like this and she's like, 500, and then $5,000 goes through. And so the lady's like, whoa, I want to get rid of that. And the guy's, no.
Sorry.
Too late. It's now out there. It's in transaction
hands don't
land.
work. I'm a baby.
Yeah, I like how if the guy literally told this woman, there's nothing we could do about it, that's crazy. That's crazy. I know you can. In a second, you could call your merchant.
Yeah, but he might not be the person who has that number. He might just be the
It's on the
lowly
back of the card.
vape store employee.
Yeah, but we're at the level of customer now going to the local news. This must have escalated to the boss who goes, hey, we're taking the $5K.
It's still not making a lot of sense to me. All right? He says enter a tip.
Uh-huh.
When I did, there's no decimal point. So I'm like this on my tiptoes, and I push what I thought was only 2 zeros, and it ended up being 3 zeros.
Uh-huh.
So are you saying that you meant to tip $500?
No, I think she thought it was going to be like 5.00.
Correct.
Uh-huh.
So then she says I only meant to hit 2 zeros. Now it's a $500 tip that turned into $5,000?
Well, I guess. Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. You're right. Hold on. No, because she said she ended up doing 3 zeros. So 5000, enter $5,000, and then nobody could delete it afterwards.
But she said she meant to hit 2 zeros.
Yeah,
500 is $500.
I know, but she couldn't see the thing, C-Lane. She can't see the pin pad with the stuff. She's down here like this. She's not 6'1" like you. She's not tall. Look at her. She's tiny, for God's sake.
Apparently, I have very tiny eyes as well.
I know you don't like this lady because she's a teacher. I know that.
Oh,
I have nothing against teachers.
Mm-hmm.
You've been very creative with the fake C-Lane controversies this week.
This is not a fake C-Lane controversy at all. Are you lining up against this woman or for this woman?
I'm just lining up against her story.
You can't separate the two. You're either for this woman or against this woman. I'm saying this woman. First of all, this is short discrimination, undoubtedly.
Short king.
And I can look at her. There's probably other types of discrimination going on here, but short discrimination for sure. She couldn't get up to the thing. She couldn't see.
Are you saying if she was hot, they would have canceled the transaction?
I didn't say that at all.
You're saying that if she was hot, they would have canceled the transaction.
No.
But because she's short and ugly, that's your words, not mine, that they took her $5,000.
Let the record reflect, I never said ugly. I never said ugly. I never said that.
I'm looking at the record now, and I'm seeing you said ugly.
No, I didn't. No, I did not. I never said ugly. I said...
Not my type.
I said this is short discrimination. And
probably some ugly discrimination.
No, I said let's be obvious.
That's what you said.
Lesbian?
Other possible discriminations as well. That's all I said. You said ugly teacher loser. That's what you said. You said this is an ugly teacher loser.
I never said teacher.
This is fun, guys.
I don't get it. Here. Darth on YouTube says, C-Lane defending the business versus the customer. That's how he is. That's the kind of guy he is.
I'm not defending the business. I think this lady should get her money back. But the zeros thing is not adding up.
It adds up for me. I don't know why this is so difficult.
It's very easy to add zero. You just keep what before.
Well, It is. If you could see the screen that you're working on. Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. I got to defend this lady. I cannot let her go down like this in flames on this show. It's unbelievable. We will take your feedback, though. So do send us that. And then we'll get into the rest of the story here. The rest of the story, which is very, very important. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
For our Friday, we're going to be expecting another round of hot and humid temperatures. Highs will be climbing into the low and middle 90s. High of around 92 today in Orlando. Feeling, though, closer to the low 100s. We'll see about a 30% chance of some afternoon showers and a couple of thunderstorms. Lower chances of rain, but hotter temperatures for this weekend. Feeling like the low 100s once again, with highs actually in the mid-90s. About a 20% chance of rain. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk.
Go, Mike. Hey, friends. Let's go, Mike Squad. What do you think about this lady? Let us know. Get the information to us. Question. You guys want to hear a true story? We got 4 minutes. No? Not anymore? Oh my gosh, Sean just told the story. Okay, true story. This morning, Courtney wakes up and gets a text message, and her mom says, "Is Sean leaving the show?" So her mom has caught on to wind of the drama about me and my final couple of weeks on the show, and so things have sort of really come to a head here, I think, on the show. Bucky said, "Don't care about the story anymore." Too bad, Bucky. I'm in charge around here, not you. Two minutes and 30 seconds. I got him muted. Just someone tell me if he says something important, please. Everybody lie to her. David says, "Where are you going, Sean?" I'm not ready to announce that publicly just yet. But I think there's some announcements coming up from iHeart soon. Soonish. Soonish is what I would say. MFQ, is that you? For real, MFQ? Hey, was that you for real? Follow up, was that you for real? Dictator Sean. Yeah, of course. I mean, of course. That was you? There's a lot of chatter off air going on about what you have started here. It's almost over now. Zach, they haven't made any final decisions just yet, but I think that's a very, very likely possibility. Okay, we're coming back. Hang tight, everybody. I got to defend this woman, this sweet, attractive, nice teacher. Someone needs to defend her. Here we go. All right.
total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
Looking for affordable blinds, shades, or shutters for your home? Don't hire an expensive pro. Check out Blindster.com, where we offer custom-made window coverings at guaranteed low prices with a team of pros ready to help you every step of the way. Blindster.com.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com. This
For you, thanks for hanging out with us, the three best friends you never knew you had. Going through the most viral stories of the day. This here is The News Junkie, and you can learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane has taken what I think is a very, very aggressive stance here today on the show, and it's an anti-teacher stance. He's called this woman ugly. He's said a lot of things about her.
Said no such thing.
Yeah, you absolutely did. You absolutely did. I'm not saying Sabrina did. I didn't say that she said that.
No, I'm just saying I'm trying to find the tape to look back on, but it's very dusty in here.
It shouldn't be. It should be all digital at iHeartRadio. We've got all the latest sophisticated technology there. And I was saying that this woman, I think, is being discriminated against. Why? Because she's very short. And she says that when she went to this store, it was like a vape store, she's hurting a little bit. She's got some neck problems. She wanted to get some CBD and a bunch of other vape stuff, and she bought some things. And when she was checking out, they had a little tip line, but she's so short. She's a little tiny thing. She's trying to tap in her tip. 500. She thought it was $5. She was putting in there 500. And then she accidentally hit an extra zero. And then she hit send, and she tipped $5,000 on accident. Now this, according to C-Lane, ugly, useless teacher.
Never said
very aggressive
anything
language.
like that.
I think this woman is a sweet person.
How
and
do
a
you know?
victim.
You don't even know her.
I think she's a victim. I do. I think she's a victim in this story. I think she if somebody tells you, I didn't want to tip $5,000, I'm going to take their word for it.
No, I agree in that sentiment. But if she is a teacher and her eyes work this poorly, how is the grading paper process going in the classroom?
You say that as a taller than average woman who can look at the little display dealy-dally when you're checking out, and you could go, oh, that's $500 or that's $5,000. Oh, that's a mistake. I don't want to be doing that. She apparently is not. I don't know how tall she is, but not very tall. Not very tall. And she was unable to see the mistake that was happening before her eyes. Now, I want to stand up for her and all the rest of you teachers out there, as I am wont to do on this show. Yeah, this is a time of year where you're probably still toiling away, still working hard. And you have people like C-Lane saying terrible things about your business. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. But I want to see what the rest of her story is.
3 more of those statements before he starts getting pissed off.
He's fine. He looks fine over there. You fine?
Talking.
Why would he be pissed off, by the way, for me telling the truth? That's literally what he said.
Nope. I didn't say it.
Okay, everybody knows. The audience who heard the segment knows. I don't have to convince anybody who was already here. But right,
told you.
Right now, let's go to the story.
I'm just trying to take my Advil, guys.
Let's see what this is. That because you started the show with a bunch of weed shots?
No.
How strong are these drinks, though?
I don't know. He's over there tossing pills back now. Yeah,
I got the can.
This is why you don't like the
10
teachers.
milligrams.
See ya.
Both of you are over there pounding drugs. This show is off the hinges.
They're not drugs.
Isn't it marijuana?
It's from the ground.
So is heroin. So is everything, isn't it? Most of it is.
You think heroin just grows on trees?
Yeah, poppies. Well, then the ground, right? Okay, we don't need. I don't want to get into that. Let's get into this teacher.
All right, Poppy.
Here she goes. Let's see what she's saying about her problem.
Instead of voiding the transaction, receipts show the clerk at San Bruno Exotic processed a tip for $5,000.
Damn!
She says she pleaded for him to reverse it, but at first he claimed he couldn't, then told her he never received the money. But that's not what Linda's bank statement showed.
He never erased it, nothing.
Leaving Linda in a state of panic.
Of course, she just lost $5,000. She's a teacher. She might be on a tight budget, this lady. She doesn't have $5,000 to throw out like C-Lane might, and she's upset about this failure. And the place
$5,000 in T-shirt money.
Hey, all right. Get your merch now.
The fact is that this lady, once she tells the merchant that I made a mistake, I didn't want to tip that much, I think it's on that merchant to return that money. I think it is. But
yeah, without a doubt. I mean, but
don't
wouldn't
seem
the
to want
bank,
to do that.
if you flag it like this was a mistake?
This is probably.
I think so.
This might be with her debit card. Those are harder to stop the charges on.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that's so lame.
All right, let's see what else she says here.
She's a special education teacher living on a fixed income.
Who would ever, like $5,000? I don't have that kind of money.
How many times have you reached out to Wells Fargo?
Y'all, 22 times. Each time is about 2 hours.
Linda
Jesus.
the transaction the day this all happened. After dozens of attempts to reach Wells Fargo, she's...
Can you guys leave this poor woman alone? She has reached out
I'm not
20
making fun
times.
of her. That's a choice, the mullet, and she's rocking it.
She has reached out 20 times.
What's her husband's name? Do you know? Also, are we wearing the same shirt?
I know what you're saying. You're trying to say that what's her husband's name because you're suggesting that she might be a lesbian.
I'm not suggesting anything. I think you're having a little projection moment here.
No, you said what's her husband's name? We are? No, we're not. Stand up. Stand up.
Look at me and look at her, those watching on the stream.
Oh, my God, you are wearing
She just has the pocket flaps that you get as you graduate into elder lesbian.
Is this a uniform?
My boobs are still out, and I don't have a mullet.
You did not do an accidental $5,000 tip as far as I'm aware, right?
No, I did do an accidental $100 tip one time.
Oh, yeah? Oh, okay.
But that was because I threw $100 at a stripper once. And I said, can I just grab that one? But I'll give you 20.
Oh, God. All right, well, there she goes. What do you think?
Change.
What do you think, folks? If somebody says they made a mistake and they did not mean to put in $5,000, shouldn't the merchant just go, okay, yeah, absolutely, here you go, I'll refund that? Because I think that's the way it should work out. But what do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over to thenewsjunkie.com.
And you think if she was hotter, she would get her money back?
That's not what I said at all.
That's exactly what you implied.
I never said that.
You said that...
like, she's good looking, and I'd hit it. But if she was hotter, then the merchant would have given her money back.
I didn't say anything about her physical appearance. I was just trying to convey the story, as it were, on the radio.
You said
to tell people
that the vape shop should take care of No Neck Ed over there and give her money back.
This is too much. You guys are ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I have to move on. We got some dispatches that are coming in right now.
Only could say if we have to move on.
Somebody sent in a video dispatch, and they said they were at this place in Maitland, Florida, where the SWAT team showed up. And hang on, did you see this?
Was it Maitland?
Right here. This is the video dispatch they sent in. All right, there's some cops on the scene here.
Maybe careful with that. Whoa, is that gunfire?
Yeah. There's more too.
That's the audio.
Come out with your hands up.
While we fire?
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of gunfire, right?
That's a lot of innocent bystanders.
I mean, look in the median. They're all sitting and watching with popcorn.
There's people like all over gathering, watching what the SWAT is doing in this encounter that's being caught on video dispatch. And they're all just sitting around like, oh, well, let's see what happens here. I would hear one shot go off and I would be on the ground, I think. But these folks seem like they're very much okay with what's happening here in the moment. I'll stop there lest somebody curse. I don't know how nobody cursed yet. What with the shots going off in the background. And then here's a photo. Oh, wow. Yeah, so the SWAT was out there with like a giant tripod with a big weapon on it, and something was going down for this. We'll dig in and see what was happening out there. Thank you for the video dispatch. Those are always appreciated. Lots more coming in terms of people talking about this. And emails as well. You can email the show anytime you want, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's see what else we got going on out there in the whole Elon versus Trump back and forth. Elon had posted, and I wish something like this would get traction, but it doesn't seem like there's a desire out there necessarily for people. But he posted after the fight with Trump started and everything started to go nuclear, is it time to create a new political party in America that actually represents the 80% in the middle? He posted. It got 5.4 million votes.
That's not enough to make a new party, I don't think.
80% of those people said yes, yet that they do want a third political party. People do this all the time, though. It never happens. It never, ever happens, even though most people are like, yeah, we agree. We need more representation for the folks who just seem like they're completely being ignored by everybody. Then he said the Trump tariffs will cause a recession in the second half of this year, responding to somebody online. And that got 89 million views. A lot of this back and forth was explosive until one tiny little olive branch got tossed out where some guy on Twitter says, I support Trump and Elon Musk, and they should make peace for the benefit of our great country. We are much stronger together than apart. Wishful thinking, buddy. That ain't going to happen. People fight like this all the time.
And then Jake Paul was like, stop making America look bad.
Elon Musk
get that
said,
notification?
Elon Musk said, you're not wrong to that. So that seemed like, okay, they should make peace. You're not wrong. But, of course, that was followed by 8 million other comments about how this was a war that was never going to stop, basically, between these two people. So we'll see what happens there. But the Politico said today, the Politico news outlet said, Trump and the White House aides are signaling a possible deal with Elon Musk. Signs of a truce are emerging. I don't see these signs. I think this is not going to happen. This is just going to be a fight that plays out as long as people are excited about it until people get bored and move on to the next thing. And we'll see what you think. You got lines like this dropping. Here's Steve Bannon, who's Trump's supporter for a very long time.
Did you see Elon's response to it?
No,
he dropped the R word about him 15 times.
In a video, or well, hang on, let's see what he said. Here's Steve Bannon.
Know anything? He's a know-it-all. He knows some engineering. Don't get me wrong. I give a hat tip for that, but he doesn't know anything about the real world. Doge was, for any fanboys that still exist, while you're wrapping up in your cape tonight, understand on Doge, he didn't find any fraud. There's plenty of fraud out there. He didn't find. This is President Trump's first complaint. Was this all BS? Right with the with the Doge.
With the Doge.
The act that President Trump should be taking immediately, I think, when he threatens to take one of the big programs out of SpaceX, President Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act to be called in SpaceX and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight.
Seize SpaceX tonight. And then he wanted him to deport. He wanted him to deport Elon Musk, too. Get him out of the country. Elon Musk getting deported was one of the goals of these people.
You know what?
Seems kind of extreme, but
memes out of this have been the most entertaining part.
Yeah. And it's not going to end anytime soon, I don't think. No. We'll get some good drama for a little while out of this. If you see anything more that we need to know about, let us know. We will get to those dispatches here momentarily on the show. Send yours if you got thoughts, anything we're saying, whatever you want to hear us talk about. If it's not this, go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we return, we'll get to a story about firefighters that I wanted to address. Our firefighter friends out there, stay close. I want you to weigh in on this and everybody else. This is an interesting story, and I want to know if you agree with what these firefighters are demanding. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a multi-vehicle crash slowing down traffic through the city on I-4 eastbound before South Street. It's off to the shoulder there. Traffic is backed up from Orange Blossom Trail. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways this afternoon. There's some slowdowns on I-4 through that Lake Buena Vista area between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you want the lowest price. With their lowest price guarantee, if you find a qualifying lower price on the same item, they'll match it. Price match applies to the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how they'll match price at Lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you. Because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Hey there, my sink is leaking water. I need help right now.
We're having a company-wide staring contest. Do you want to play?
But what about my sink?
Okay, me versus you.
No.
Ready, go.
No, I'm not playing. And you know what? I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, I almost blinked.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When it comes to plumbing problems, you want a helpful operator to guide you and an honest and reliable plumber to provide customized solutions for your home.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
The NBC Nightly News.
From one era to the next.
I'm Tom Brokaw.
We'll hope to see you back here.
I'm Lester Holt.
Trust is the anchor.
For NBC Nightly News, I'm Tom Llamas.
A new chapter begins. NBC Nightly News with Tom Llamas. Evenings on NBC.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver Card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Planning a trip to Orlando? After the rides and roller coasters, keep the fun going at the legendary Cocoa Beach, the closest beach to Orlando. Whether you're surfing the waves, paddling with dolphins, or kayaking alongside gentle manatees, Cocoa Beach is where adventure meets relaxation. So, when you visit Orlando, don't just stop at the theme parks. Add some sand, surf, and sunshine to your trip to Cocoa Beach on Florida's Space Coast. Visit legendarycocobeach.com today.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
Need more animals, more gators, and more fun? Y'all need Gatorland.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
You think about this. I want to see if people are fired up about this. No pun intended, but we'll see where you're going with this in just a moment here on the show. Join us with the dispatch at any time. Record yours at thenewsjunkie.com. Last chance, friends. Hey, if you hang out with us each day on the show, if you enjoy, at least to a certain extent, what you're getting here, if you want to support the show,
if you love
go
us.
over to the website and show that love. Get this magnet. If you're watching, it's beautiful. Beautiful summer magnet. Get your hands on it right now at thenewsjunkie.com. Grab one of the shirts or tank tops, both men's and women's sizes available over there and styles available. For a very limited time.
It's here at last.
It's ready. Hot merch. But it's a little too hot.
Are going fast.
A little spicy.
Yeah.
So get your order in while you can. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Click merch.
So don't delay. Go to thenewsjunkie.com today.
There we go. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Click merch.
That's
Thenewsjunkie.com. Click merch.
Wish those guys were still alive.
Firefighters. Firefighters. How do we feel, generally speaking, on this show about firefighters? Firefighters good, firefighters bad, firefighters...
Who thinks firefighters are bad?
Almost nobody.
Oh, there's a contingency out there. The pro-fire people. Not big fans of the firefighters. Don't like them. The firefighters have long been out there doing their thing. And when I say their thing,
fighting fires.
I, of course, mean in this order: making chili, taking photos for calendars,
24
and fighting fires.
On.
In that order. In that order right there.
Oh, and cats? How about cats from trees, man?
There could be some cats in trees that they get every once in a while. But here's the deal. If you don't know the history of this, I'll just give you the most simple version I possibly can. At first, in the United States of America, the fire departments were mostly volunteer, so everybody would have like a run at it, and it'd go, well, guess what, C-Lane? Today's your day. You're going to be manning the fire department. And then when there was a fire that broke out, C-Lane would go over there and try to put out the fire, and it probably would be not the greatest scene ever. After that, people said, well, we need to have a dedicated team because fires were burning down cities, New York, Chicago, all these places. A fire would start and you really couldn't end it. The fire department couldn't do much. We need professionals. We need better tools. We need these firefighters to be working. So firefighters adopted like a 12-hour shift kind of thing. They would go in there, they would work like 12 hours, and they would switch out with somebody else who worked another 12 hours, and on we went. But That was too much for the firefighters. So it became common across the United States of America that firefighters would do a 24 on, 48 off shift. Yeah. This was the commonplace thing. You would work for 24 hours, and then for the next 2 days, you could do whatever you wanted to do. And they were pretty well compensated for their time as firefighters. But some of these firefighters are saying, that ain't enough. We need more. And here's what the story says. I want to know what you think about this. A major change for Kissimmee in this case, and its fire department, aims to improve the lives of firefighters, but it comes with a cost. 24 on and 48 hours off is the standard for fire departments. But in Kissimmee, the fire chief says they are ready to evolve. They are ready to launch the 24 on, 72 off schedule.
That's not bad.
For all the firefighters, meaning they would work 1 day and get 3 days off. All right? 1 day working, 3 days off that they would end up getting. And they said that would shift their 54-hour work week to a 42-hour one. But come on. They said the change will benefit their recruitment and retention efforts, as well as the work-life balance. Of course. Who doesn't want that job? Work 24 hours and take 72 off? They're running calls all night, this person says. So, you're really tired the next day when you're getting off shift. So that first day off is really just trying to recover from the shift before.
Yeah, makes sense.
So
that's
then
union,
the next day off is your one true day off to enjoy time with family and friends. And they said that's not enough. So the firefighters want to work 1 day, 24 hours, and then they want 3 days off
You're going
in
to be
a
that
row.
one firefighter is like, nah, I'd like the old schedule.
No, they were never
the other one.
Yeah, the firefighters are never going to be against this. And I'm sure there will be, much like the hurricane stories, where it's like, this is going to kill people. We'll be understaffed at our fire. It's going to be just fine. It's going to be just fine. There'll be enough firefighters. Mostly firefighters are sitting around waiting. All right? I'm just going to be real here. That's the truth. Some of them will admit this to you. Not saying there aren't brave firefighters out there. I, too, have seen backdraft. I, too, have firefighters in my family. So, therefore, I am a firefighter as things go.
There we go.
I get these things. I understand these things. But what I'm telling you is, firefighters, aren't you getting a little greedy? Aren't you getting a little greedy?
Why do you always do this?
24 hours
schedules
on
are a little bit different
and
than
72
yours.
hours off. It's like you don't want to work. It's like you just don't want to do it. You don't want to do your job at all. 24 hours on and 72 hours off. Here's the little secret. First of all, firefighters make okay money. I think they tend to make between $60,000 and $80,000 once they're kind of established, and I think they can make more than that if they're like captain and stuff. They can make real good money.
Fire department,
right? So they're working their 24-hour shift, and they want 3 days off for $60,000 to $80,000 a year, basically working like 2 days a week. All right, that's what they want. That's what they want from this, and we also know, I think, that most firefighters. And I could tell you this just from my anecdotal experience of knowing some of them, they have a secondary job. Many, many firefighters are business owners. Yes, they are. They're business owners. And in all of the days when they're not on the clock, and even when they are a little bit, they are working on their second job. My uncle did this. He always had a business going, was always cooking up something else. So not only did he make the good salary from being a firefighter and doing his job for his community, but he also made a solid bit of extra money, a lot of it, in fact, with his side jobs that he constantly had, as did so many of the other firefighters. Some of them decided, no, I don't want to do that. I'd rather go fishing or hang out with my family or do this or do that. But most of them, a lot of them actually, have side businesses that they want to do. But 24 hours on and then 3 days off, too greedy or what? What do you think, folks? Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. That's a lot. That's a lot of time just sitting on your ass.
But
not to mention the fact.
I mean, 24 hours. Think like just when you think your shift is over, you still have 12 hours left.
Yeah, but they're sleeping half the time.
You don't know that. What are you basing
yes,
off?
I
A
do.
movie?
No, my uncle was a firefighter. I grew up with firefighters around me my whole childhood. Do you
think the firefighters stay up for 24 hours straight, Sabrina?
No, but I also think that it's a long shift, and if they get a nap in, that alarm can go off. They slide down the pole. grab the Dalmatian and head out to the fire or whatever.
It can. A lot of times they don't have a lot going on.
C-Lane.
A lot of times they don't have a lot going on. They certainly don't stay up 24 hours. They sleep like anybody else does. And they also sit around and wash the fire truck 5,400 times. They practice over and over again getting ready for the big fire. They do all of these different things. But I don't know. 24 on, 72 off. Get a little ASCII there, firefighters. What do you think? Ryan on YouTube says they need more mental health resources for burnout, depression, etc. Not an extra day off. What do they got? I mean, burnout other than the actual flames. They're getting burned out for 24 hours on and 48 off? Dude, most people would die for that. Most people would love the firefighter schedule. The reason why they did 24 on, 48 off was to draw in more firefighters. And it's literally one of the number one things that they enjoy. But this sounds like when people go, you know what we need? The 4-day work week. And you go, all right, we could do longer days, the 4-day work week, and we'll just get everything done in 4 days. And they go, yeah. And then if that person gets what they want, then the next meeting they go, you know what we need? The 3-day work week. Eventually, like, the 1-hour work week is going to work, Sean. I assure you. This is what's going on. The Stepafee says they get a lot of calls that aren't fires. Yeah, that's an unfortunate waste of resources that is happening in basically every county.
Well, they're like
in the
first
country.
Responders, right? That would be the go-to.
Sometimes they just send the firefighters out to seemingly everything.
Yeah, the first car accident I got in, which was nothing more than like a fender bender, like not even fenders. Our side mirrors hit each other and knocked them off.
Who called 911?
You have to call the police to report the car accident.
Uh-oh, she doesn't do that.
No, I don't. I haven't been in a car accident in quite some time.
But they sent a full-ass fire truck. And I was like, all right, well, didn't really need you guys. And they're like, all right, see you.
That's what happens a lot. And I think they should stop that. I think you should only send the firefighters to things where they're absolutely needed so we don't waste resources and time. We could probably have less firefighters if that's the case.
So the commissioners in Kissimmee, they voted 4-1 to pass this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the lone dissenting vote said it would be a burden to homeowners. Why would firefighters working a different schedule be a burden to homeowners?
Well, because property owners are going to have their homes assessed annually to cover the costs. $150 for each property owner and 56 cents per $1,000 of improvements. So everybody will have to pay. Yeah, everybody's going to have to pay extra is the point. You're going to have to pay extra to pay for the additional that the firefighters are going to have since they want another day off. Ain't nothing free, folks. Nothing is free. No matter how much they want to pretend it is. Nope. Somebody will pay for it. And they will come out and go, we are stressed. We got this. We got that going on. And it's much more difficult than you would think. I'm not coming down on firefighters in general. I think we need firefighters. I think we have some pretty awesome firefighters out there. But I think 24 on and 48 off is a sweet little deal. It's a sweet little deal. Keep your little side business going. Get everything else you want. But we'll hear from you. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com.
Imagine the side business you could have when you're 3 days off.
3 days, baby. Yeah. It's like, oh, I've got to take a little break from my actual business to go do this part-time firefighting thing that I do. That seems like more of what you got going on. Trust me, I know the firefighters will be very, very upset by this. I know the firefighters will not like what I'm saying right now. And I get it, fire bros. I get it. I absolutely get it. For you, this would be very attractive. And you could say all sorts of things about me and what I do, blah, blah, 4 hours, blah, 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 all this stupid nonsense. I don't care. I still think you got a pretty good gig right now, but I'm interested in seeing what everybody else says. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's see what we got. Firefighter chiming in. Anonymous firefighter. For reference, they say to tips at thenewsjunkie.com, I've been a career firefighter since I was 19, just over 24 years. Never made chili or posed for a calendar, but definitely saved cats from trees. Good for you. Not all departments have the same schedule. Some are better than others. I can say without a doubt my health has taken a toll. Sleep deprivation, along with being woken up at 3 a.m. by the tones for a call. Imagine working mornings at radio. And the impact it has on us is shown to do damage to our hearts over time. To make this simple, firefighters across the state work an average of 56 work hours a week. Straight up. It sounds like they have many days off, but they're working 16 hours more than the average person. Yeah, but you get paid for a lot of things that the average person doesn't get paid for, like sleeping. You get paid for sitting around and having dinner and all the other things.
My good friend is a first responder, and he often will come home from work and be like, "Oh, we didn't have any calls. I just got paid to sleep the whole time."
And must be nice. That's great. And they're doing a job. If the calls come in, they will do them. That's great. Back to the email. I'm not complaining. I love my job, and most people can't truly say that. We see horrible stuff, and we have to deal with the worst of things out there. Somebody has to do it. Times have changed. We stay busy. Anyways, I could go on about this, but keep up the work, says Anonymous.
Oh, keep up the work.
Thank you. Say the same for you if you didn't have 3 days off.
That's the same person, or that's not the same person, but that's the same thing that the other email edited. We've got 2 keep up the works today. 2 keep up the work so far, and yours is
not
next.
even good work.
Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. And when the firefighters start emailing in mass, those will not even be keep up the work. It'll be F you, Sean. How could you do this to us? What do you think you're doing? I'm just calling it out. But let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us your dispatch right now. When we come back, we got more on the Trump and Musk front. We'll see what's happening over there with them. We also got some action at the box office this weekend. We'll get geared up for the next episode with Sabrina.
Oh, yeah.
We got C-Lane with This Week in Florida. We got a lot on deck, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show, where bad ideas go to get broadcast. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a multi-vehicle crash off to the shoulder now, slowing down traffic through the city on I-4 eastbound before South Street. Keep an eye out for emergency vehicles on the roadways, clearing up an accident on State Road 408 westbound before John Young Parkway. Traffic slowing down on I-4 through that Lake Buena Vista area, and there's congestion at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike meets the beach line. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
Wondering what a personal message with your credit card number has in common with way too many pictures of your dog? Well, they're both private. Because on WhatsApp, your personal messages are yours. No one else can see or hear them, not even us. WhatsApp, message privately with everyone.
Let me tell you about Mills Air. This is a great company, wants to help you out. If your AC gets busted, and that is a very big possibility the longer you own your home, or the longer you have that AC just kind of hanging on by a thread, you need somebody who won't rip you off. A lot of places do. It's really screwed up, but a lot of places would just take advantage. They think they're only going to hear your name and get a call from you once. But for Mills Air, they want to make a customer for life. So they treat you right. And I think that's important. And if you do too, give them a call. When you have an AC issue, when something's wrong with your air conditioner, you think of Mills Air. You think of Leon Mills and the crew over at Mills Air who will pull up to your house fast. And we'll get there with these experienced techs who can fix any issue that you're going to run into. And they don't care what kind of AC you have. They've seen it all, fixed it all, and they're ready to help. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on.
Hello. High School Mike Squad. How are you? How are you doing today? What do you think? Are the firefighters asking for too much? Is it a little asky? 24 on, 72 off? A little asky? Sean has to put out fires all the time? True. By the way, if I could just do one marathon show every week, just a big, long show, and then not work all the rest of the days. How'd you like that? Sport Johnson says, still waiting for a true story. I already told the true story. I already told it. Waterboys of Central Florida says, hurricane show.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have to be on the clock for stuff like that. We have to work emergencies. We don't get extra pay. I don't. I know I don't. Zach says, after 9/11, firefighters were praised. After the California fires, firefighters started to seem like a joke. Don't get me wrong, I love firefighters. I think firefighters will play into, and I'm not hating them for this, okay? But I'm just being real. Firefighters will play into and weaponize the empathy a little bit for having a dangerous job and for having a job when you're away from your family. But the idea that you go check into a place at, let's say, 9 a.m., and then 9 a.m. the next day, you're done and you get 2 days off, is pretty attractive for most people, right? That's why it exists in the first place. Why not just 1 day a week, right? Because that's kind of the direction that you're headed into, as far as you could possibly go. Everybody, every property owner must pick up the tab for a job that's already fairly well compensated, right? They're pretty well compensated already. "90 seconds. But I think it's easy to be like, my husband, I don't know if he's going to come back alive or not at the end of any shift. And like, I'm sure being a firefighter is dangerous. I don't even know if it's top 10 dangerous jobs. But you get the woman going, my husband could die any night. This is very dangerous. I need him home more. And people go, okay. But you already got a pretty sweet gig. Just being real. Okay, we're coming back. One sec. Celine, how long was that segment?
In Orlando, Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
The Rocket Man has landed on iHeartRadio.
Hi, this is Elton John, and this is iHeart's Elton John Radio.
Every hit, every deep cut, and the behind-the-scenes stories from Sir Elton himself.
It became my first.
Reese Windows and Doors are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. Visit reesewindows.com.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com.
Lottie with comments today already on the show, and that's fine. There's a lot going on in the world. You got Trump versus Elon. You got a million other things that are grabbing your attention. And what we talk about here on the show is all things viral. So we're here to do that today, and we hope you'll come along for the ride. Learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com before we get some of your feedback and see what you have going on. One of my favorite things from this week, I just have to be honest with you, I love this stuff. I know around here, we might not be the best at all things sports. I know that from time to time, there's a bit of a sports mistake, and people will be like, when I listen to the show,
Drives me nuts, man. You guys have no idea what you're talking about.
C-Lane, you guys don't know about the sports that you're talking about. You ruin the stories. But I like fun things. I like viral things. I like good conversations, right? That's what you're here for, hopefully. I love to hear the basketball finals from the other languages, that they broadcast. I love it so much. C-Lane, it's one of my favorite things.
It's a good time.
To hear the other languages where they're covering
remember to do that.
I see them all the time. I follow a couple of accounts that post them on social, and so I get them. And every time I hear them, I'm like, they're so excited. This seems like such a good time. This was from the Korean broadcast of the NBA Finals Game 1. Tell me this doesn't sound like
I'm guessing South, right? Because if not, Kim Jong would have won the entire tournament. Right?
No, this is South Korea in their broadcast from the NFL, or the NBA game, rather, the NBA Finals Game 1.
And it just sounds like they're having such a good time. I had to share this with you.
자, 언더독인 인디애나가 익숙한 상황을 맞이한다. 할리버튼
That one guy.
I like it. I like their enthusiasm.
It's like they're pretty new to basketball still or something, so they are so excited about everything that's going on.
Every three-pointer is the first three-pointer they've ever seen.
It is. He's just so like the guy is. Wow! They are having a blast. It's my favorite thing about the sports world, honestly.
I
like the NBA Finals, and I want everybody to watch good games, but that's fun to me.
I'm going to say something real sports dumb right now.
Go for it.
When you played the video of the game getting cut off by the news, and they showed they were like prepping for the game one watch party in Indiana, and there was somebody had a jersey on, and I go, why would you pick that name for a jersey? It doesn't seem like, even as a joke, not that funny to have a Halliburton jersey. I did not know there was a player on the Pacers named Halliburton.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Get with it,
You want me to
man.
dump that, C-Lane?
No,
That's
No one has to know.
embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Yeah, of course there's a
I'm
Halliburton
being
player.
completely just transparent with my lack of knowledge here.
Curtain back down, please. We know and love Halliburton.
Yeah, when you said that, I already knew that Halliburton was a player on the team.
Or Halliburties.
Now, did I know it for a long time?
No.
But I knew it for a very, 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 very short time.
Of course. And once you did your research, go ahead and name two more players on the team.
On what team? Which team?
The Halliburton team.
Well, the Halliburton team. Well, I mean, you know what you're asking me as a
Pacers,
question.
obviously.
So the Pacers. Oh, okay, the Pacers.
Two more Pacers players, please.
Well, you have Scotty Miller, who's been the point guard for the last 4 years.
Name. That is wrong.
And was drafted out of North Carolina, where he put up more points than any other point guard. One of the top PGs, actually, in college history, and ended up getting, I think he was fourth in the draft when he got pulled over there. And then you have Alenjo Menge, who is one of the best defensive players that the Pacers have ever seen.
It seems.
Yeah, Alenjo Menge came from Sabiratan, which is a small city in Laos.
And they have one basketball hoop.
Yes, and he started playing at that basketball hoop, and people would come along, and then he would beat them, and they would leave, and then another person would come back until the whole country had visited him, and he had beaten everybody in the country. And then he said, now I leave today, and I take over basketball in the USA.
This sounds like the plot to one of those short films that they show before the Pixar movie.
It could be. It's truth, It's just truth and reality. And so he made his way over and started playing for the Pacers, and the rest is history. Just really, really impressive stuff over there. Any more questions for me?
That was good. That was the end of the quick sports quiz with Sean.
I know a lot about it. Know a lot about b-ball. That's about all I could tell you for now.
What was his name again?
Who?
The second guy.
Sports segment's over. So.
We have to. What's that? Hold on. No, I'm getting something from HQ in.
We are HQ.
Yeah. No, I'm getting it. Move along. Move along. Ratings are dropping. Move along. Okay, you got it. We want to hear from you. Send it a dispatch.
Just hear my talk back in your own microphone?
I don't know. Did you?
Get close enough.
All right. Can you hear it? You can hear yourself?
I heard it.
My headphones?
I heard it.
Yeah, onto the microphone. So talkback doesn't work too well.
That's dangerous. All right, we have your dispatches rolling. A lot of people are commenting. One of the stories that's getting a lot of comments is this whole change of schedule that some firefighters in Kissimmee, Florida are asking for. I think it's a little asky. I think people are going to come at me with a lot of emotional weaponry here, where they're like, yeah, you are a radio host. You are way overpaid. First of all, this company pays me exactly what they think I deserve, and I think it's about half as much as I truly do. What I bring to this company is way more than they ever pay me. But you can argue
trying to
that
get $1 million a year?
I think I deserve much more than that, obviously. But that's neither here nor there. That's just my value to a corporation over the firefighter's value to a fire station. They're much more plug and play than somebody like me. And these firefighters are doing great. I appreciate you, firefighters, but I think that your schedules are good. I think that 24 on and 48 off seems fair. You can start your side businesses. You can spend time with your family. A lot more time with your family, by the way. A lot more days where you get to drop them off at school and pick them up and do all these things than the average American. You're also paid more than the average American. I think we got a pretty good deal. So I think 24 on and 72 off for firefighters, it seems a little asky. It seems a little bit asky. But as I said, all these people will come in with me with the emotional arguments today. And they'll be like, you don't know. They're risking their lives every single day. They don't come back to their wives. And shut up. They are compensated for their jobs. And they're well compensated. And they have a pretty good schedule, I think. So otherwise, what are we doing? Anybody want to work anymore? Anybody out there that actually still wants to put in some time? Imagine that. Imagine still working in 2025.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Here is, you know what? We're gonna take a quick break. We'll get to these dispatches. They're smoking right now. They are ready to go. We will play them here. We also have to get to a lot of other input from you in emails. If you want to be anonymous, put that on top of the email at tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Happy birthday to all the June babies and happy pride to all the June gabies. I got songs and stories for both. Exciting news to Sandusky, Ohio. Even more exciting for the fat men with tiny coats in Sandusky, Ohio. Plus, if Tom Cruise's mission was to set himself on fire enough to set a record, consider that mission possible. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell Angel is listening to tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Friday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today features another day of hot temperatures. We're talking highs in the low to mid 90s, but feels like temperatures right around the low 100s. We'll also see the return of a couple of afternoon showers and thunderstorms, only though about a 30 to 40% chance. For this weekend, tomorrow, highs in the mid 90s, again, feeling closer to the low 100s, with about a 20 to 30% chance of rain for Saturday and Sunday. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
If you're taking some time this weekend looking around your house, seeing what you could replace, what you might need new, what you might need upgraded, a lot of times you don't think about your windows, but they protect your home. And if you've got those really old windows, that nice cool air that your AC's putting out is just kind of seeping out. You need that. You need that to be upgraded. And you do that with my friends at Reese Windows and Doors. They are the experts. They've been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows for over 50 years. They're great. They're energy efficient, and they protect your family. And most impact windows are installed in just 6 to 8 weeks, and right now you can win some for free. How do you do that, you ask? Well, pick up your phone, text the word WOW to 201.
They help you embrace it.
Skull Max spot. So then what do we do here? Yeah, let's do it. Hello, everybody. We got the next episode coming up in just a bit. Somebody check Tesla stock for me. How's that going with the Elon Trump stuff, right? Saw yesterday there was a bit of a slide with the idea being that the government will maybe be less beneficial as an asset for Tesla moving forward. Thank you, Alicia. No thank you, I was banned for a joke. No thank you to all my haters in chat. Hello to all my haters, but no thank you to you. No thank you. And no respect. Zero respect given. Cameraman, be on your toes today. You don't know if I'm going to go like this, Over here. I'm over here. All right. Stay on your toes. Tesla's at $301. Augie says, wow, we finally agree. Well, you're finally right, Augie. Congratulations. No one wants to work in 2025, especially all those spoiled, whiny wimps who refuse to go back to their workplace and now just phone it in from a spare bedroom. Okay. We kind of love you, says Sun State John. Somebody might. I don't know. Sean stands get full respect. Full respect. Full respect. And your stock is rising. Sean stands. Everybody else, no. Weed Consumer says, for sure not looking forward to you leaving. Does anybody ever really go anywhere? I'm cooking up big plans. Big plans. And I'm ready for them. Nobody wants to work anymore, said by somebody in a radio chat room on YouTube at 12 p.m. on a Friday. He's swinging a hammer on a roof. That is true, though. Like, even anybody participating in the conversation, like Miguel across the street who's tarring a roof is not going, actually, here's my, you're like, no. Everybody around here is privileged to a certain extent, right? Nice, Tanya. That's cool. All right, we're coming back. Here we go. Buckle up, everybody.
Incinerator ever to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321321. That's equal to 321321.
Need new blinds? At Blindster.com, we offer guaranteed low prices, guaranteed satisfaction, free samples, and free shipping. At Blindster, we take the fear out of ordering custom blinds, shades, and shutters so you can do it yourself and save big. Blindster.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
There'll be some fireworks at some point in time. I assure you that. And it won't be boring. Come hang out. Let's talk about all things viral in the world and learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. It's right there. And you can email if you want to be anonymous. All you have to do is put that on top of your email like this. Here's anonymous emailing tips@thenewsjunkie.com. They said, clearly you are oblivious to things related to fire and EMS. There are fire departments who have firefighters working 24 hours straight, no sleeping because they are so busy. I'll stop you there. That's a lie. It's just not true. Not factually true. Not correct. Not an insider with actual information. There are no firefighters that are actually working physically 24 hours every minute of a shift. You're wrong. You're making it up. It's just not true. I'll leave the rest of the email there because it's just not true. It's going to be the whole woe is me line. Thank you, Anonymous. Try again next time, okay? Give it another shot. Right now, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I do want to deliver my package. Don't take that, please.
Nothing. Weather's
Damn
nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. He is the best. He is going to help you out when it comes to big life decisions like refinancing, buying your first dream home. It's a big deal these days, especially if you don't own a home. Everyone asks you about it. Maybe it's the time to take that leap and work with someone who has your back, your best interest in mind, looking out for you, and that's That Mortgage Guy Don. Start the process by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the book, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Ever needed to just take a swallow while you're talking?
Yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah,
very often.
Right there on the edge where you have to finish the
get
sentence.
you a little swallow.
Try to hit some sort of button that will give me just long enough, and then I could dive over to my water bottle here.
Was that enough?
Good to go.
35 years ago, 1990, a judge in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, ruled that an album by this group, especially this song, was deemed obscene.
I'm
Guess.
listening.
3, 2, 1, guess.
Oh, Kiss.
1993, 2, 1, obscene.
NWA.
So
Public
look,
Enemy.
No. They're not dead.
I got
They're
it.
not
I got
dead.
it. 2 Live Crew.
Yeah.
Nailed
Not
it.
Flavor
Nailed it.
Flav. As nasty as they want to be, made it illegal to sell on this day thanks to Fort Lauderdale judge. 2 days later, a hero, booty music lovers would say. A Florida record store owner was jailed, later convicted for selling the LP. As nasty as they want to be.
Excellent use of resources. Yeah. Fix the whole world there. Hey, who are the people? In 2 Live Crew, what do we got here? We got Uncle Luke.
I think only 2
Right?
are a live crew.
But how many was there to begin with? I only know Uncle Luke. I'm just going to be straight with you.
Members. Here we go.
Yeah.
We got Uncle Luke, Fresh Kid Ice, Mr. Mix, Amazing V, Verb. It looks like
Yeah, I only know Uncle
Amazing
Luke.
V and Verb are not around
Rip.
anymore.
Damn, it was a good run, though, boys.
Now they so horny in heaven.
True.
Happy June, everybody. This is the first week of June. So I get, congratulations on getting through school to the teachers and the students. Hurricane season is upon us. And we, of course, have our June babies. So from my good friend who has no idea who I am, Soupy Garbage Farts on Instagram, he does have his June birthday song.
Great
you were
name.
born in June. Today is just for you. Your parents got together in September. There was nothing else to do.
I can't hear it. What happened in June of 2002?
I don't know.
Or September of 2002?
Oh,
Oh, they banged after 9/11. That's
Yeah,
what
but
we're-
it takes 10 months. I think he's doing that math a little weird.
Well, happy June to everybody and birthdays.
Funny thought, though.
Tom Cruise.
Also, funny thought, Tom Cruise lighting himself on fire enough to set a Guinness World Record.
I saw
This
that.
sounds like one of those Guinness World Records that they wouldn't publish anymore.
Unless
just 'cause
the
it's dangerous.
company wanted to pay them for promotion of the new movie.
True.
Yeah. This is him, right? This is Tom Cruise with. Do you think he actually had the parachute on fire
A
for
little
real?
part of me did. And plus, we have
That's
to
crazy.
trust Guinness at this point, right?
All right.
Guinness World Record for most burning parachute jumps by an individual while filming Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning 16 times.
What a nut
So
job.
starting next year, I will attempt to do it 17 times, huh?
I would not attempt that if I were you. I'd let Tom Cruise
I
have
wouldn't
this
even
one.
parachute at this point. Could you imagine?
That's
now
crazy.
we're going to light it on fire?
Did they just show all of them? They're like, here he is, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But then what? And also, why do we need 16 takes of the same thing, man?
Tom Cruise, wouldn't it be the most amazing and most professional thing if you just nailed it on the first take?
Ooh,
Didn't have
challenge
to do all those,
accepted.
16 not needed?
There was, they had that director that used to be a stunt guy on Smartless, and he was talking about some stunt he did where they did 12 takes where he fell down a stairway.
Damn.
And he's like, I had to do that 12 times. Which take did you use in the final cut? And they're like, I think it was cut 2.
Oh, my God. Unreal.
That's crazy.
So in order to parachute, you have to be on a plane. And there's my segment to Benicio del Toro.
Heard of him?
Did you see the news on him?
No, what happened to him?
TSA agents pulled him aside because they searched his bag and found his script for the Phoenician scheme, which starts with a plane crash. So they're like, you obviously have this all writ. Bless you.
They're going to the trouble of when they see a script that they actually took time to read it.
This is also very much coming off like promotion for the new movie coming out. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, that seems kind of crazy. I'm not putting it past TSA.
They went through his bag, but maybe like if it's the first page, it's been a long time since I've written a script, obviously. Does it say plane crash starts? And that's when they flag him?
I just wouldn't think that they would see a script and think that was a threat and then actually take the time to read it, but maybe.
Well, Benicio was not bothered. He was just happy that they're paying attention, and I'll go watch his movie when it comes out. Or go watch the Care Bear movie, which is also happening. Are we ever going to come up with our own original ideas?
The Care Bears are original, right?
No. Yeah, but not the movie, the live-action movie. That's what they're bringing to the big screen.
How are they going to pull that off, though?
It's just, it says a scene from the Care Bear movie that kicked it all off. Will and Harper documentarian Josh Greenbaum is going to do the Care Bear movie, or maybe it's documentary style. He was also part of Strays and Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, and I'm sold already because that's one of my favorite movies. Plot details for the upcoming film have not been released yet, but I'm guessing it has to do with the Care Bears going around. Did you guys watch Care Bears?
No, I was a gummy bear guy.
Yeah, I mean, I know of the Care Bears. I don't like.
Had a TV show?
Yeah,
Gummy
bears bouncing here and there and everywhere.
Until a human eats them and chews them and kills them and their friends.
Little do you know, no, because the gummy bears they drink the gummy bear juice and then they can bam and they can.
It's not for me. I was a Gumby gal. Can you eat Gumby?
What are you, 900 years old? You were watching Gumby?
No, I think we grew up in different.
Gumby.
I think we grew up in different places with free TV. How about that? Huh?
You still could find something better than Gumby on, I think.
Yeah, Animaniacs,
and Pokey.
Pinky and the Brain, Pokemon, some weird ass show on PBS. The Girl with the Clock. Amelia.
I don't know that one.
How about this one?
Okay.
Gay effing zombies.
All right.
It's giving.
How would this happen? Like, is this, there's an outbreak and it's only affecting the gays and then the gays are the zombies?
Great question. And we won't know until this new movie comes out. And of all people to make it, the daughter of George Romero. 4 points on the board. George Romero.
Night of the Living Dead.
That is correct, Sean. Correct. And thanks to his fruit from said loins, she is now making a movie called Queens of the Dead, and it is gay AF.
Should be a huge
in the
hit.
third grade, I thought that.
Oh, why? Because gay people won't watch it?
No, I mean, it seems like it might have a tough road to hoe here.
Can't hear you over the gay anthem.
Okay.
Queens of the Dead, which will be a big gay zombie movie. Plot is simple. The zombie apocalypse breaks out during a Brooklyn warehouse rager full of drag queens. We have Love Lies Bleeding, Katie O'Brien, comedian Marla Cho, Cheyenne Jackson from American Horror Story, Nina West from RuPaul's Drag Race, and some special effects legends, including Tom Savini.
All
who's
right.
going to make the zombies gay. And I'm sure it's going to be for a particular audience. Don't worry about it.
I want some brains.
Exactly.
Going to have some tough times at the box office.
I might just go straight to on demand. Maybe just play it for free at Gay Fest this month. Or if you want, you can go to Dollywood because it has been voted 3 years in a row.
Voted what?
America's favorite theme park.
Really?
Who's doing the voting?
Dolly Parton
fans. Yeah. The survey was done by the National Amusement Park Historical Association. Seems legit to me. And Dollywood beat out Disneyland in California, which took the second spot. And Dolly said the following: "We're right on the front porch of the most visited national park in the country. So we take what God gave us and use it to dream up the big dream." That was so Dolly Parton.
Yeah. Courtney's always very worried about Dolly Parton.
Why?
She's like, she's too busy. She's like, she doesn't give herself enough time. She's constantly going with something. She's stressing her out too much.
That's what, oils her machine.
I know. I think so, too. I think she's driven by work. She always has been.
Some people just can't stop. Also in Nashville, we've got this guy right here getting his very own bar. How exciting.
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Polony Malone.
Did you see Post Malone at Wrigley Field? Any of that video?
No.
What happened?
The band was doing an instrumental break, and he all of a sudden shows up at the bleachers that are not even in the field. Like, he went across, those bleachers that they sell? Yeah. And he just finished the show
across
from
the
there.
Street?
Yes.
What? So there's a tunnel or something?
There must be some way they got him through. But imagine that there's the outfield of the stadium, and then there's a street in a neighborhood, and then the business on the other side of that has stands on top of the roof that are kind of like cheater seats.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's where he apparently went.
Yeah, and he finished the show from there. It was during the encore, and they just walked him across the street and rushed him up to the. There's a name for those
Post-show,
bleachers. I forget what they are, but it was pretty cool.
Well, it might be really cool. It's just a rumor, though, that Post Malone is getting his own bar on Broadway in Nashville. He just tweets out, "Something big is coming. I'll keep you," all caps, posted. Look at that. On the boob tube, watch whatever the heck you want.
I'm going to.
Most importantly, follow your dreams. And me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. What are you going to be watching, Celine? You get sound like there's something you can't get to on your watch list as of late or something.
No, I'm going to finish
your password?
I'm going to finish up. I can get whatever I want on my watch list. It's just sometimes it's convenient to stream it straight from Sean's house.
Okay, just for the record, this wasn't about access to anything. I was asking if there was something that he's been trying to catch up with or something.
No, I got to finish the Jessica Biel show, Better Sister.
Oh, just finished it last night.
Damn it!
Loved it.
Everybody watching it except for me now. Jesus.
Correct. Calls himself the news junkie.
I think Courtney just finished it too, so you're SOL.
Yeah, and the problem is Courtney gets her Courtney shows, and when I go to work on stuff, she'll go, okay, well, I'm going to watch one of my Courtney shows, and then if I think it's interesting or something, I get screwed out of it. I'm not complaining. I am saying that I think as a result of this and the negative impact on my life, I should be able to, moving forward, only work one day a week, give you one bombastic, high-quality, A-plus broadcasting-worthy show, and then tap out for the rest of the week. 1 on, 4 off is what I'm going for. It's because I work at a pretty high level here, and it's stressful, and I get it. And maybe I can catch up with those shows. I could watch those shows with Courtney if that happened, but we'll see. You tell us what you think. Send an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, they said it couldn't be done, but it has been done, allegedly.
Yeah.
The entirety of the state of Florida has come together to produce
now
all the weirdest things they could possibly think of.
Over me.
And C-Lane has gathered them together for our weekly This Week in Florida segment. What's going to happen? It's going to be embarrassing. It usually is, but maybe just maybe.
That firefighter story.
No, that's fine. Yeah, don't worry. No, my whole inbox is full of firefighters very mad at me right now.
Yeah.
It's like pissing off the police all over again.
Let's hope your house doesn't catch on fire.
Well, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Lie to you? Am I supposed to just go, no, you're right, firefighters should only work one day a year? It's so stressful. You should work one day a year and get $5 billion paychecks. That would be the best thing.
Or maybe
Every
listen to
firefighter would
see
be
what
happy.
their day-to-day is like.
Really don't care.
Okay.
Why should that
why they're
matter?
pissed off.
What matters is what works the most and what's fair. And why this actually matters to people, as opposed to like what my paycheck is this is taxpayer dollars. Like everybody in the city will literally have to pay more if the firefighters work one day and get 3 days off. You could be for that. That's fine. But I think why not just make it 1 day a year? 1 day a year. It's so stressful. We get all of the money, right? The logic doesn't work for me, but maybe for you. Keep those emails coming in. I'll get to some of them eventually and maybe yell at you. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, when we come back this week in Florida with C-Lane, that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Real Comedy Mount Dora Summer Night Series starts with Ross Padgett, June 14th. Details at realradio.fm/comedy.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for an accident reported on San Antonio Avenue north of Americana Boulevard. There's a crash where Clarkona-Ocoee Road meets Edgewater Drive. Look out for emergency vehicles on the roadways clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound before South Street. They're off to the shoulder there. There's a crash getting cleared up here on John Young Birmingham.
Okay. Okay. How are we doing? Cannot wait, and I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not kidding. Cannot wait to finally get a haircut this weekend. I'm dying. What? All TNJ shows are high quality, obviously. 50-50. Miss me with the whole 4 hours a day shit, though. Some of you are just infuriating. You only work 4 hours a day. Okay. In that case, firefighters only get credit for the time spent putting out actual fires. You think that's 4 hours a day? Probably not. Use AI to decide which haircut looks best on you. Start with the bob. I don't know. Honestly, it seems like Sean never stops working. He's always looking for news. I don't know about that. Sean, will we have a best of show to relive some of the best moments like when Seinfeld ended? I don't know. It may go out with just an absolute fizzle. Courtney's mom seems to be very upset about time ticking on my experience on this radio show. Four minutes. They said the Tesla drop yesterday cost Musk what? What did it say? 20 billion? 20 billion? I love when they do that stuff though. They're like, Musk lost $20 billion. You don't lose shit unless you sell off the money in that moment. It's just stock. Stock goes up, stock goes down. You don't lose money like that. Unless you actually sold, then that would be a loss. Unrealized losses off unrealized gains? True. It's all unrealized until you do something with it. Or until they try to tax you for it, which is probably about the time I pick up a gun. All right, This Week in Florida is next. talk about something real quick. What do you guys think of this movie launching this weekend, Ballerina? Ballerina is supposed to be in the John Wick universe. I like John Wick 1 and 2, but then I realized that John Wick isn't much of a story. There's not a lot going on. It's just about all of the really, really impressive work that they do in the fight scenes and the choreography, which is just stunning. But I want more out of a movie, so the John Wick movies are like, okay, I really like the first one, the second one, okay, but then kind of trails off. This one is in the John Wick universe, and it's about like a female in that John Wick role, and it's called Ballerina. But first of all, it was supposed to be tracking for like $50 to $60 million. And then that metric got dropped down. I think it's tracking to like 20 or 30 million this weekend that it's supposed to make. And second of all, what are the worst problems? I'm telling you. What are the biggest danger signs for a movie? Reshoots. Reshoots. They reshot a good portion of this movie, meaning that they put it together and they thought that it was crap. And they thought, we gotta go back to the table on this and see what we can come up with. But let me know if you're excited about seeing that. Russell with the Hustle says John Wick is a stunt show. True, which is impressive, but that's not, I'm looking for more than that. That actress has been shacking up with Tom Cruise. True? Question mark? I don't know enough about that. Does Ana de Armas even get topless in it? I don't know much about it other than the buzz is that it was reshot a lot and that there were some problems with it. I might give it a chance. Maybe. I'm more excited about, what's the horror movie? Oh, whatever you want. What did we just do? Okay, got it. Ready or Not. Ready or Not 2 is coming out next year. Ready or Not 2. That looks awesome. That's going to be cool.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com. Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword Vegas to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's Vegas to 200-200.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
Join us on the show. Have some fun with the crew over here. And we'll go through the most viral stories of the day, as always. More details about us and everything you're hearing. You can even follow the show at thenewsjunkie.com/share. Now's your last opportunity. This is it. The gate is closing. Go get your merch while you can. Show some love for the show. Honest to God, it's really a nice thing that you do. And thank you for all your orders. Thank you for supporting the show. Best way to do it.
It's here at last.
Get the hot merch. Hot
Shirts
merch.
are going fast.
Hot merch. Go get it now at thenewsjunkie.com. And we'll see just how supportive you are today.
Go to thenewsjunkie.com today.
There we go. All right.
Sounds so good. That is an incredible website.
And we hired an entire band to perform that, believe it or not.
That is an incredible band we hired.
Yeah, I know. I remember being in the studio all cooped up as they all had their instruments in there. And
And we paid
Very
them,
impressive.
all of $4 an hour?
They got paid what was a fair market rate at the time for their musical skills. But, here we are with the song
They seem
already.
to get paid more than they get used lately.
Yeah, that happens. All right, here we go. Are you ready, C-Lane?
Ready, Sean.
Here we go. Let's do This Week in Florida.
Giving you a recap of the most groan-worthy stories in the state. It's This Week in Florida.
Yeah, that's right. The weekend is here. It's time to take a trip around the Sunshine State and see some of the craziness that has gone on in the past 7 days or so. And this one popped up. I'm surprised this hasn't happened more. And it's a bold move, but even though it didn't pay off, but there's a prolific, they say, Yelp elite reviewer from Wamauma. Ever heard of Wamauma?
I have not, but it kind of gives an insight as to why they're on the internet so much.
Her name is Irene Ang, and she dined recently at a modern Chinese restaurant in Tampa owned by Chef Richard Hales. Following her visit, this must be why she's so elite, she posted a detailed 795-word review on Yelp.
That's
a lot.
2 pages.
Yeah.
Wow, all right.
14 font.
It says she praised some dishes like the eggplant and mushrooms as wonderful, the tiger shrimp as tasty and succulent. However, she criticized the meat quality as subpar, describing the spare ribs as so-so, and called the Hawaiian prime rib the worst, way too much fat.
That's a meal for one?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she thinks that, maybe she's like that Randy Marsh when he got into really into yelping.
Mm-hmm.
And she said the coffee was lukewarm, labeling it a cardinal sin. And the restaurant sued her.
Really?
Successfully?
For what?
Or they've just filed a lawsuit?
Yeah, but I mean, everybody can file a lawsuit, but suing her for what? Her opinion? You can't sue somebody for their opinion.
It says she questioned the authenticity of a dish labeled as Sichuan. After reposting her review on multiple platforms, despite receiving a cease and desist letter from the chef, the restaurant filed a lawsuit against her late last year, seeking over $50,000 in damages. Alleged that her actions amounted to tortious interference. Tortious interference, claiming her review adversely impacted the restaurant's reputation and revenue.
That's not what tortious interference is.
Right.
Put it on the list.
Tortious interference would be like interfering with a business's practices. It's usually when you would try to like block somebody from hiring or firing somebody, or like steal somebody's employees, or like a bunch of things like that. Like you can't, if somebody comes into your place, it's like somebody listening to this show and me telling you I'm suing you because you think the show sucks. You're allowed to, for now, you're allowed to think that the show sucks if you want to. But
if this sets
I think
a
you're not
precedent.
allowed. You're not allowed to think the show sucks.
Yeah.
Especially
we're going to
this
be
segment.
rich.
Oh, God.
To nobody's surprise, in February, Hillsborough Circuit Judge Christine Marluski dismissed the case, ruling that the reviews were protected under the First Amendment.
Yeah.
And also following the lawsuit, so I think this guy closed the location, the one on Dale Mabry. Yelp added a consumer alert to the restaurant's page, warning users that the business may have attempted to suppress free speech through legal means.
Oh, boy.
So this guy lost his restaurant. He says he's focusing on a newer, larger restaurant, and he says, I'm 1,000% for freedom of speech. You could say whatever you want.
Does she make money off these reviews? Is that what happens if you're an elite Yelper?
I don't know how the elite thing works.
I'm looking right now. Let's take a look at this together here, because it says, yes, Yelp Elite Squad right here. Say yes to the Yelp Elite Squad. You adventure on purpose. Champion local businesses and explore your city with a diverse community of trendsetters. It just says you're like a trusted voice, Sabrina, and you get to attend unique events, savor food and drink, meet great people. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It sounds like this lady brought a notebook.
She did throw these little events, and they expect everything to just get thrown at them because they're Yelp. I've dealt with, or I know people who have dealt with this, who have, say, a venue that Yelp wanted to rent out, and they just wanted them to just hand over all the stuff. Like, Yelp basically wanted it for free because they're like, we're Yelp.
It is funny to me, though. The line is so expected that you said there, where the owner, who this like made him shut his whole place down, says, I'm the most free speech person out there. But, like, I'm the most free speech. No, you're not. Otherwise, you would go, I have a restaurant. People are allowed to have opinions. Some of them are good. Some of them are bad. I win some, I lose some. Some of the people who hate my stuff, some of the people who hate my food at my restaurant are absolutely stupid losers. But so what? Who cares?
Right.
That's the way it goes. This is a bigger problem you made for yourself.
Let's play good excuse or bad excuse.
Good excuse or bad excuse.
I have two people here that have excuses for the things that they did.
I'm ready.
First of all, there's a woman behind bars after cops say she fatally struck a pedestrian before driving away. And she tried to minimize her actions by saying the victim was just a homeless person.
Oh,
I don't have to stay here and see if this person is alive. They're homeless. They are obviously lesser people, and I can just hit them with my car and keep on going. Court records show Ivana Gomez, 32 years old, facing charges of leaving the scene of a crash resulting in death and resisting an officer without violence. She's at the Miami-Dade County Jail on $251,500 bond. That's a very specific number. Citing a probable cause arrest affidavit, media outlets report that the accident occurred in Miami's Little Havana neighborhood.
Oh, nice place.
The victim was 41-year-old Catherine Kipnis, and it says the Gomez BMW hit the victim so hard that the head went into the vehicle through the windshield, and some of the victim's hair got caught on the passenger seatbelt.
Damn.
Jesus.
So
she plowed
yes,
into
yeah.
Didn't apply her brakes whatsoever.
But it's cool because she was homeless, right?
True.
Next thing, good excuse or bad excuse?
Good excuse or bad excuse.
So are we in agreement? Good excuse or the first one? Are we all banding together?
That was a very bad excuse.
Worst excuse.
This one, you might think differently, so you have to bear with me a little bit here. A man was found by police in Palm Bay with 75 pool floats that he had stolen.
Yeah.
Christopher Monin, M-O-N-N-I-N.
Oh, yeah?
Look up this guy's name because his mugshot kind of fits the story. He's charged with burglary, criminal mischief, and petty theft. According to an arrest affidavit, officers arrested Monin on Thursday with a garbage bag full of deflated pool floats. He then led police to a vacant home where they found a total of 75 floats. Police said for 7 months, somebody has been cutting pool screens at Palm Bay homes and only stealing pool floats.
Can't do that.
Why?
Because he wanted to have sex with them.
Oh, really?
And
another good excuse.
No. He says he told police he, quote, sexually gratifies himself with the pool floats instead of raping women.
Well,
I have no words.
Give up your pool floats or there's going to be problems, is what this guy is saying.
And his last name, Moaning?
It might be Monin. I don't know.
Take a look at him. Does he surprise you?
This is the float thief.
Okay, yep. That's a float banger.
The float effer right there, Christopher Monin. And if he hadn't stolen all these floats, seems like there would be some other terrible things going on.
That's what his threat is.
That's
sure.
One way to put
I
it.
ask you, good excuse or bad excuse?
Wow. That's a difficult one to unwind.
I'm going to say bad excuse.
Since I have to pick one, I'll pick the first excuse as the winner. That is what I'll go with. Man steals pool floats. I'll put that up on See It Now so everybody can take a look at his mugshot because that is,
he is
hide your pool floats.
Hideous man. Cops in Florida have arrested a woman after she allegedly stole mementos from graves so she could use them as lawn art at her home.
Mm-hmm.
Must be fun to have that person as
If
a
she didn't do that,
neighbor.
she'd be murdering people.
Yeah, exactly.
Couldn't you just use that thread for everything? If you're like,
yeah, you could.
Look, I only want to work one day a week, otherwise I will murder people. Do you want people to get murdered? Or do you want to give me my one day? Simple. Solved.
Cut.
West 2 Investigates recently took a closer look at this taxpayer-funded scholarship program that's going on that seems to have been used to fund over 8,400 Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld tickets. So some people have some splaining to do. An 81-year-old woman was accused of showering a mother and her 2 young kids with bear spray.
No.
Which, didn't we try to buy bear spray and they wouldn't let us buy it?
We tried, and then I got Sean some bear horn.
The bear horn works, although Courtney is not a fan.
She's not a bear, so stop using it against her.
Remind me, I'll tell you a story about the bear horn. I'll put that in the notes. Go ahead.
Ada Anderson is facing 3 counts of battery. According to a probable cause arrest affidavit, a woman and her children, ages 3 and 6, were outside their own Ocala home playing with bubble toys on Friday. That's when their neighbor, Ada Anderson, came up to the fence between the 2 properties and allegedly sprayed bear mace at them while yelling stupid N-words. So she is going to jail. A man, this guy, 44-year-old man, was stopped, and he was charged with trafficking fentanyl after they found 11 grams of fentanyl in his pocket.
That's a deep pocket. That's a Janko gene for sure.
They stopped him because he was eating blueberries at Walmart that he had not paid for yet. Brian Flanagan was arrested on charges of retail theft, trafficking in fentanyl, possession of meth, possession of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. A 35-year-old Florida man has been, I think, arrested. Yep. Oh, man. Unfortunate name. Adam Smith. I grew up with an Adam Smith. Not this guy, though. He's been charged with indecent exposure and exposure of sexual organs, obscene communication, in connection with 3 FaceTime video calls he made where he just randomly called people and masturbated.
Like
this guy's your friend?
No, I don't know this guy at all. I grew up with a guy that is the same name.
Okay. All right. So he would call up a rando and then just be like, woo.
I'm sorry, where's the illegal part?
You can't do that, I guess.
The exposing of the organs and the masturbating.
Wait. Hold on. If that's illegal, isn't every unsolicited D-pic illegal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it on the Mo list.
Yeah, unsolicited D-pics are illegal.
Has anybody ever been prosecuted for sending like an unsolicited?
Think so.
It seems like an entire process, but yeah, some people have gone the mile.
If every guy, hold on, just for the record, if every guy who sent an unsolicited D-pic was arrested, the prisons would be full. I've just from the stories.
But not every guy is arrested.
Oh, yet.
What's the statute of limitation?
A lot of times it just happens.
All right.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to call ThinkPad back. That's unrelated.
Yeah,
anyway,
completely.
Let's see. In Hollywood, Florida, a man named John Publix was arrested after stealing from Publix.
Yeah.
In Miami Beach, a man was arrested after police say he locked employees inside Poppy's Steak, the restaurant down there, while demanding $6 million, claiming he was owed money for appearing in a Netflix documentary featuring Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
if you're getting paid $6 million for appearing in documentaries, we are in the wrong business. And last but not least, in this week in Florida, that is not that's not a Florida story.
Replace the word with Florida.
All right. In Quarryville, Florida, which is definitely kind of by Philadelphia, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A woman wanted on a homicide warrant pretended to be her own sister when she was arrested in Florida. The suspect's sister, however, was also wanted for felony retail theft.
Sisters who felony together.
Kenda Hess was stopped
working on it
for unspecified criminal violations, and she told officers her name was Cody Hess, who is her sister. They took Hess into custody on the outstanding warrant for the felony retail theft before figuring out, nope, this is the sister that's wanted for murder. Police say the whereabouts of the sister remain unknown. And that's it for this week, and definitely nowhere but Florida.
Thank you, C-Lane. There he goes. Look at him go. They said it couldn't be done. You know,
how did they end up in the Florida pile?
I don't know.
The AI would not have made this mistake.
You're right.
It would have had focused in like
so
a
now you're
laser beam.
Going so pro robot and making me sick.
I want to separate robot from AI. The physicality is where I have my biggest issues. The physicality of the robot is where my problematic stances are really, I think they ring the most true.
That's one way to put it.
I mentioned earlier the bear horn came back into the equation. And in the studio, I had scared Courtney with the bear horn that Sabrina got me for my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Just for funsies, and it scared her, as you would imagine, because it's
Courtney.
very jarring. And so I came into the studio. It was later at night. It was like 9, 10 o'clock. It's pitch black in the studio. I come into the studio and I grab something, and then I go back out into the living room, and I see the cat by the TV, and I go to say something to the cat, and Courtney
Hey, cat.
is hiding in the darkness in the corner, and she goes, ah! And I full on like, nah! like a little like
oh, she got you back. Good.
I hit a pitch that my voice doesn't generally hit. Yeah, like that. I sounded a lot like that. And she starts laughing and laughing. And then she does the thing that neither one of you would ever do. She felt bad for actually scaring me.
Yeah, because you're probably a little bitch about it.
I wasn't. I said it was funny. I was laughing. I thought it was funny. And she was like, I feel so bad. She was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I, made you feel foolish or something. I was like, well, how foolish did I look?
You probably look very foolish.
Is this an emergency right now? What's going on?
I've attempted that same thing, and 4 out of 5 times I scare myself in the anticipation of them coming through. Like, I go to yell, and I startle myself. It's the wrong timing. I'm not good at scaring.
I know, but isn't that, like, actually really getting somebody with a good scare is so funny. It's so funny. I love it.
You feel accomplished about it.
You do. But she felt bad immediately. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, you did a good one. That was
sweet baby angel, that Courtney.
Absolutely got me.
Did
That's
you get
the whole goal.
Labubu or whatever yet?
No, I'm not getting her that stupid thing. No. It's a little doll.
I'm saying it everywhere.
I told you, this stupid thing is blowing up. It's like the new Beanie Baby or Troll or whatever. It's really, really big right now.
Fleshlight.
All right, we'll get to you. There's some people who are fired up, and you can figure out what that's about. Yeah. We'll get to some of you. Maybe some of you are smart. We don't know. We'll find out who the emails are full of over there. We got to get to more in the Trump, Elon Musk stuff. We got a busy Friday that's rolling on.
CNN is on a full-blown, guy touching the screen and creating circles. Trump-Musk feud threatens Musk business empire.
They said he lost. While
he's
so dumb.
Circling things.
When they go, he lost $20 billion yesterday. You don't lose money if your stock goes down unless you sell the stock at the loss.
Didn't he also lose a couple billion earlier this year?
They say that for everything. Everything that happens, like when stuff goes down, not up. When stuff goes down, they're like, Elon Musk lost this much money today. Obviously,
breaking news: Elon Musk gained billions of dollars today.
No, nobody really cares about that stuff. I think that this is just fun to watch.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I think a lot of people are feeling that exact same way. So we got some more updates on that. And also, I didn't think this could happen or would happen or what, but the lead singer of 311 is in the news.
What's the color of his energy?
We're going to find out. We're going to find out what he did. I'm defending him full force, 10 toes down defending what the lead singer of 311 did. What did he do? We'll find out together. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Traffic starting to slow down once you get off the ramp from Florida's Turnpike to I-75 northbound. On I-4, you could expect your regular delays through that Lake Buena Vista area. Traffic starting to pile up on I-4 eastbound before St. John's River Bridge. There's an accident reported on John Young Parkway near Tap Vineland Road. Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and we sell custom blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices. Our blinds are handcrafted to fit your windows, and if they don't, for any reason, we'll remake them for free. Your satisfaction is always guaranteed at Blindster.com.
The Real Radio Summer of Laughs continues with the Real Comedy Mount Dora Summer Night Series. Get ready for a night of nonstop laughs, Saturday, June 14th, at the Mount Dora Music Hall, starring the Orlando Weekly Awards multi-time Comedian of the Year, Ross Padgett. The evening will also feature Kevin Dean, Joe Warren, and AJ Klein. This night of fun will be hosted by the one and the only Angela Boone from the Monsters in the Morning. Saturday, June 14th at the Mount Dora Music Hall. Doors at 7, show at 8 p.m. Get your tickets today at realradio.fm/comedy.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only, or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet? Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One.
Get ready for the party of the century. The Cocoa Beach Centennial Celebration is on July 5th and 6th in downtown Cocoa Beach. That's 2 days packed with live entertainment, special events, family-friendly activities, and more, all to celebrate 100 years of Cocoa Beach life. This free event is open to all, so bring the family. Explore local vendors and be a part of history. For info on the Cocoa Beach Centennial Celebration, visit legendarycocobeach.com.
Future Health Weight Loss.
Can't afford Ozempic? Think again. Future Health offers Wegovy for $199. It's Ozempic, but FDA approved for weight loss. Get this limited time deal at futurehealth.com today for the best price on the market. No insurance needed, no tricky syringes, just faster weight loss. Visit futurehealth.com, future without the E, to start losing weight this week.
Future Health Weight Loss.
Data based on independent studies sponsored by Future Health. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets, where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises, and days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles of scenic coastline in Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of
Skull Mike Squad. Your vibes are off today. I think I may stay over here. Hang on. Skull Mike protest. I'm not bear horning anybody. Candace says, I just got here. What did these heathens do? You can imagine what they've done. You can imagine what's been done here. The vibes are off. Right? The vibes are off a little bit. It's Friday. You've been delivered already 4.5 days of shows. One would think there'd be a little bit better vibes on a Friday at this time, okay? I just saw from, I think, Time Magazine that they said Russia is going to offer asylum to Elon Musk. Which I don't think it's coming to this. I think now all the other countries, all the other political people are all going like, how can we make this benefit us? What can we do here with this Elon Musk Trump fight? All of us, AOC, Chuck Schumer, everybody's like, how can we use this for our furthering in the political warfare zone? Russell said, just bought a shirt. Is this the last merch drop? Thank you, sir. First of all, thank you for doing that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. Tanya says, some people just don't appreciate the Sean. The Sean. I don't know, that feels weird. I appreciate that. This probably is the last merch drop. Probably collectible, honestly. TheNewsJunkie.com. Hit the merch button. Get them, okay? TheNewsJunkie.com. Merch. show by knocking firefighters? Quit being such a pussy. Quit being such a pussy all the time. You just like sit silently back while people demand everything from you. Quit being such a pussy. Quit.
Hi, this is Elton John, and this is iHeart's Elton John Radio.
Every hit, every deep cut, and the behind-the-scenes stories from Sir Elton himself.
It became my first ever hit.
From the anthems that made history to Elton's own picks, all commercial-free, including his new song with Brandi Carlile, the soundtrack of a legend. Search Elton John Radio on your iHeart app.
It's taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
So we'll do that in just a moment, okay? We'll get some more shots fired out there.
Find your Elon, bud.
In just a moment. And if you would like to join us on the show, send a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. The lead singer of 311 is in the news, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody know him by name? Anybody?
Nick Hexum?
That's correct. Yes, Nick Hexum, who is aging like a fine wine. I don't know if he's getting some sort of surgeries done or what, but still looks great.
Nick.
The lead singer of 311. I saw him maybe like at a music festival a couple of months ago.
His body.
Like he's in really great shape, and I don't know. Again, he might be paying for some of this, as is the case for a lot of people.
Wait, to get abs like that?
I don't know. It's all foreign to me, so I don't know if it's good docs or whatever. But they said the alternative rock star, best known as the frontman from 311, is growing his fan base in a new way. And I think this guy didn't do anything wrong. I'm in the new fan base. I am with him. I dig it.
But people think he did something wrong?
People do. They think he did something wrong. He took things into his own hands. Why? Because he said there was a problem at an intersection nearby his house. It was dangerous, and there was a lot of accidents and a lot of close calls. So he got out there himself, and he started to clear some brush and clear some of the stuff out to make it a safer area because he couldn't get the help he was looking for from the government. What a shocker. What a shocker that the federal government, the state government, the local government, all of which take plenty of your money already. They take plenty of your money. They just waste it everywhere. Don't ever let them fool you on that one. They can't get the job done. But what happens if there's a pothole in front of your house and every time you drive by, poof, you do damage to your vehicle by dropping into this pothole? If you go out there as a citizen of your own neighborhood and try to fill the pothole, they will come at you. They will say you are the bad guy.
Just ask Rod Stewart.
They will get you for this stuff. Even Rod Stewart or Nick Hexum. An alternative rock star known as the frontman for 311 is growing his fan base in a new way. The singer and songwriter Nick Hexum recently posted a video highlighting the overgrown corner of a intersection in the city of Calabasas. This is the video he posted, I guess. I don't know if he's going to curse.
I'm ready to dump.
Okay, I think he might be okay. He's just filming himself and talking about the city of Calabasas.
All right, Calabasas, we have a problem here. This corner is dangerous. Here at Mulholland and Old Topanga.
All right.
This is a blind corner
World.
where cars get lost in this curve back here.
Okay, he's 100% right. The overgrowth on this corner is bad. Yeah, it's dangerous. That's absolutely dangerous.
There's so many corners like that I'm aware of. I hate it.
I know. And so he said, I'm going to do something about this.
And it's made so much worse by these bushes. I'm inspired by my daughter's Girl Scout acts of good deeds, like picking up trash and stuff. So I figured, I could call the city. Who knows how long that would take? Who knows how long I would set on hold? Why don't I just get in there and get it done? And
cut it himself.
And tell everybody all the good deeds I'd done.
He just cut the overbrush a little bit. He said, I've seen a lot of wrecks and close calls at this blind curve intersection made worse by overgrown vegetation. So I decided to do something about it. Have a good day. Peace. And, of course, they'll tell him, you can't do that. What are you doing here? You're not allowed to get out there. You're not allowed to do this yourself. This is for public officials to be doing.
And put it on the docket for when? When
it'll
it's
never happen.
Overgrown so much it's into the street?
Yeah, it'll never happen. All
what's
these
the
things.
Big deal?
I don't see anything wrong with it at all. But they will get on you if you
It
go
looks
try to fix
good.
them.
Look at the end result. It's great.
He did a good job, right? Look, he cut it all down. Before, there's all this brush everywhere. Everybody listening, you cannot see around this corner. There's all this brush. After, it's gone. And he cut it down.
He's covering his bases because that is ripe for someone to be like, do you have a permit to do this? I have nothing to do with the city.
I've got nothing to do, but I'm going to turn you in because you're getting rid of the beautiful foliage that I'm looking for. And I think that this is fine. I think that this is absolutely fine to do to better your own neighborhood. Let us know what you think. Join us with a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. But I salute you, Nick Hexum, lead singer of 311. Let's see here. We've got more on the Trump world. I saw just a little while ago, Newsweek was saying that Russia, because everybody's now trying to get in on the Elon Trump drama, Russia offers political asylum to Elon Musk over the Trump feud, according to Newsweek.
There are a lot of asylum seekers to Russia.
I'm sure you've had them before in the U.S. government, especially whistleblowers in the U.S. government.
Was that Russia?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Edward Snowden, if you heard of Edward Snowden.
No,
yeah,
totally did. I didn't realize he was in Russia.
Yeah.
Or was WikiLeaks guy?
He was not in Russia. He was, I believe he was offered asylum in Russia. I think he may have been offered. I'm not 100% positive on that. But he stayed at the embassy for a very long time and was like hiding up in the embassy for years and years and years, trying to avoid any kind of prosecution.
Who was the female celebrity that was kind of obsessed with him during that time?
Pam Anderson.
Pamela Anderson, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, she was big into it. And they said he was gross and stinky up in that place where he was hanging out in hiding all those months. Wasn't doing a job keeping himself clean. Somebody says, I've never seen Trump this angry before. And they showed Trump at a meeting. He's supposed to be angry. I'll take a look. Very dramatic music, yeah. I mean,
he always has the same face on.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I think everybody's trying to read into everything about Trump and Elon now.
This is adorable.
Look at the body
this
language.
Whole thing playing out is very cute.
Let's see what else we got. Okay, Trump also is going full in on the auto pen thing from Biden, with the idea that if he can toss out anything signed with an auto pen, he thinks he can toss out all sorts of stuff that Biden did while he was in office. He says, isn't it interesting that one of the only things that was actually signed by Biden wasn't with an auto pen, was the pardon of his son, Hunter Biden? And then they were asking him, like, what do you know about this? What do you know? Let's see what Trump said.
Go ahead, have you uncovered any evidence that anything specific was signed without President Biden's knowledge or by other people in the administration acting illegally?
Well, I don't think Biden would know whether or not he signed it.
I'm asking if you've uncovered any of that information.
No, but I've uncovered, the human mind. I was in a debate with the human mind, and I didn't think he knew what the hell he was doing. So, it's just one of those things, one of those problems. We can't ever allow that to happen to our country. The danger our country was in, and I know some of the people that worked with him, radical left, horrible people.
Horrible.
And I could give you the name of some of the people that use the auto pen, because I'm here.
So he's saying he's going after the auto pen hard, and he's saying in this case, he says this is the biggest scandal in maybe the last 100 years. Do you know anything that was done wrong, they said? And he said, no, but I do know. What do you say? I do know I've uncovered the human mind.
I was debating with the human mind.
Congratulations. You were debating with the human mind when you were talking with Biden, I guess, is what he is suggesting there. What else do we have? All right, let's get to a couple of emails. We can work in one or two. No, we have to take a break. We'll do jury duty. We'll put the emails up at the front of jury duty because some of you are on fire over there. I want to see what you got for me. And we'll also get to the latest in Luigi Mangione's case, the one who killed the healthcare CEO, and also a teacher that was arrested. A teacher, wasn't arrested, but was forced to resign after a huge controversy erupted, all because of the T-shirt that this teacher was wearing. I want to tell you what was on that T-shirt. We'll give you the update in the Diddy case and a whole lot more. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Anyway, nobody cares. But it's for your memory, right? Like, because I worry about that.
I love the irony that you can't remember what you got for your memory. That's pretty good.
that is so true. I can't remember the name of it. Oh, it drives me nuts.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
NCAA baseball, Florida State faces off against Oregon State in Game 1 of their Super Regional. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals set for tonight in Edmonton. The Oilers hold a 1-0 series lead over the Panthers. Tyrese Halliburton hit the game winner as the Pacers erased a 15-point fourth-quarter deficit to steal Game 1 of the NBA Finals from the Thunder. Game 2 tips off Sunday in OKC. I'm Seth Everett.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Delta Airlines doesn't just help you see the world. They help you embrace it. Delta's dedicated teams make your travel experience extraordinary, anticipating your every need with genuine care throughout your journey. The app puts you in total control, and with fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi, you can stay connected to what matters most. So flight time feels more like me time. With exclusive partnerships and Sky Miles rewards, every part of the Delta experience is designed to make the journey as enjoyable as the destination.
If you want to buy or sell quickly, call Nickley.
You know the biggest hassle with selling your home with the Nickley Group? Figuring out where to put the sofa in your new home. Because your old home won't be on the market for long. TNG listings sell 2 times faster and for an average of 6% more. Trust the experts at the Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty to get your home listed, shown, and sold. Get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today at thenickley.com.
Call Nickley.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando has you covered right when you need it the most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door Service of Orlando today to schedule your repair. Precision Garage doors done right.
Hey, Orlando! Celebrate summer and Father's Day at Macy's Florida Mall in Orlando Millenia, Saturday the 7th. Join us for a day full of styling how-tos, summer fashion events, Father's Day gifting stations, and so much more. Even better, it's all happening during Friends and Family with an extra 30% off top designers, plus 15% off beauty, even cologne gift sets for Dad, wrapped and ready to give. Don't miss the fun this Saturday at Macy's Florida Mall in Orlando Millenia. More at Macys.com/events. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Wait, if I work today, why should I have to wait 2 weeks to get my money? With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Available in select states. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
What if I can guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you'll save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blindster.com. Free samples, free shipping, and guaranteed to fit. Shop at Blindster.com today.
This Earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassy's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Radio 1041.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
You can leave what we call a dispatch, and that's your audio or video message to play on the show. Use yours and send it over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Also, you can email the show tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Before we get into jury duty, let's see what you got for us. A couple of emails coming in. I said I would play some of these. Let's see here. Rex emails tips at thenewsjunkie.com. He's talking about this story where there's some firefighters that are saying, we want to switch up our schedule. We would rather work 24 hours on, which they currently work 24 hours on, and they get 48 hours off. They go, no. We want to work 24 hours on. We want 3 days off, 72 hours off. So 24 hours on the clock and then 72 hours off is what they want. To pay for this, of course, it will have to be a rise in taxpayer funds that are raised. And it'll be, I think they said property taxes and some other things will go up so that the firefighters could get more time off.
Is that because they need to hire more people?
They probably will, I would think. They might need to hire some people at least to fill in the gaps and stuff. They just said there's an extra cost, and it's gonna hit you. Rex says, why don't you go follow a fire department for 24 hours and learn the real world?
Fire department.
Since you're discounting people who have worked in fire services who know what it's like rather than what you believe and what your uncle may have told you about his career 20 years ago as a firefighter. The first thing that stands out in your email is how you are discounting the fact that my uncle was a firefighter. My uncle was a firefighter for his entire career. Was injured as a firefighter and served proudly as a firefighter for his whole life. He's not the only person that's a firefighter that I know, and I've known a bunch of people. My friend Mike is a firefighter, and I remember him going through fire school, and so is my friend Corey. Both of them are firefighters, great people, hard workers, all that good stuff. I know a bunch of firefighters, so that's why your arguments don't work quite as well with me.
Ryan, he started the fire?
No, that's not true. That's from The Office. The rest of the other things were absolutely true that I was saying. And what a dumb idea. Like, before you can comment on this story, or any story for that matter, you need to go follow a fire department for 24 hours and learn the real world. Okay. What a weird thing. How about I could just assess the question and see whether I think it's a good idea or a bad idea, or if it's a waste of money, or if they're asking for too much, or if they're hiding behind a lot of emotional arguments as to why they should be able to get 3 days off in a row, right? That's what I see. P-Town emails tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Sean, there are plenty of fire departments that have busy stations that run 18 to 24 calls in a 24-hour shift. And as far as pay, I left the fire department 5 years ago making $12.93 an hour. Oh, you couldn't cut it, huh? Damn, couldn't cut it at the fire department. So, yeah, firefighters have second jobs to pay their bills, especially when they have a family to feed. The burnout that was talked about is real, particularly when you're on a shift after a night with 6 calls after midnight, blah, blah, blah. That's your job. You're actually going to a station for whatever mandatory overtime. You're talking about things when you're really early on, because as I know from some friends working at the fire department, when you are new, you are putting in the time, buddy. You are putting in the extra hours. but it's like a pilot or something. You put in those hours, you do the grunt work, and then you get the more cush position, and you make more money. And I don't know that anybody's really arguing that firefighters don't make a decent amount of money. They do. Firefighters do make a decent amount of money.
How much money do they make?
They make between $60,000 and $80,000
off the bat.
What I said earlier. Starting out, they make closer to like $60,000 in a lot of places, from what I could tell. And the top end is way higher than that. They go into six figures if they're in a position with more responsibilities and stuff. It's always been a job that people have looked at and said, that's good pay for a job that is difficult to do it sometimes. That doesn't mean that like everything is just okay. Doesn't mean it's like, well, no matter what, whatever they say, we do it. At some point you go, is this worth it for the taxpayers or not? You want to pay them a little bit more? Okay. Does that need it? Do we need to be more competitive with our pay, or are there plenty of people who are signing up to be firefighters? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, I know what a lot of these people do. I've seen them before. They're usually very happy with their jobs. Their family is usually a firefighter family, and they continue on with the gig, and that's cool. But I'm just not going to say like, well, maybe you should work one day a week. Maybe 1 day a month, maybe 1 day a year, all of this, because it's all just so stressful for you. I disagree with that. I don't think that makes any sense. All right, now it's time to get into jury duty. Here we go. Yeah. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of attorneys that are trying to get your attention. They're on billboards. They got commercials everywhere, all that good stuff. You know Mo. You hear him on the radio show. You know what he's all about. And you see all these great events he does. You see all the people that he helps out. He's helping out teachers right now. He's got a great event going on.
That looks fun. Free cruise.
He's a great guy. So if you want an attorney that's going to stand up like that for you, 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. A teacher is in trouble in Middlebury, Indiana. A teacher is in trouble. The teacher has resigned after their situation went viral, and they were wearing a shirt that led to their getting in trouble. So let me bring up this story and tell you about this, and you tell me if you think this was worth it here. A Middlebury teacher has resigned after a controversial photo went viral. The teacher faced a backlash for wearing a shirt in class while chaperoning a student trip to Washington, D.C. that said 8647 on it.
Ooh, is that a threat?
This comes back up. The teacher's shirt on this student trip that they were chaperoning said 8647. Many saw it as a coded political message. Here goes the news story. To 86 something means to get rid of it, and 47 refers to President Donald Trump. We already had this whole debate and argument. Middlebury Community Schools say they prohibit teachers from making partisan political statements in the classroom or at school events. So they said that's enough. The teacher resigned after being pressured for wearing the 8647 t-shirt while on a student trip chaperoning the students in Washington, D.C. Let us know if you think that was fair or not. Over to Luigi Mangione, who is going to have a real hard time with his trial because they have
because he murdered somebody.
Yeah, that'll do it. But they got to prove that he's guilty. Problem for him, C-Lane, is they found a little red notebook. Very apropos.
Just now?
Very apropos that they found a little red notebook on him for Luigi Mangione. But they found a little red notebook.
Okay, Sean, I'm going to have to just do a quick pause. You know Luigi's colors, right?
It's not what I'm referring to.
Oh, sorry.
No, a little red notebook would be like Mao. Mao would be the person with a little red notebook. But Luigi Mangione had this notebook that was recovered by police at the time of his arrest at a McDonald's, as we all know. That's where it went down. In diary writings in that notebook, Mangione vented about his frustrations with the health insurance industry and his intent to carry out an attack. He talked about carrying out an explosive attack at first, and then he said, no, that's not right. I could injure people who are innocent. I don't want to do that. He didn't want to target the healthcare industry through a bombing. He didn't want to risk any innocent lives. He decided that the healthcare CEO is not innocent. and went after him. He said the target is insurance. It checks every box. He's going to have to say, just like everything else, wasn't me. I didn't do that. Wasn't my diary. So his case is going to be ratcheting up before too long.
When does that start?
Good question.
We got, I feel like a quicker Diddy and Karen Reed trial with their notoriety than this one.
Yeah, it's taken a while, but this is going to be a big case. They don't say when this starts. No, the story doesn't say when the actual case is going to start. So they may drag it out for a while. We'll have to see what happens there. And finally, in jury duty today, the latest in the Diddy case, just to keep you up with that one, because it is indeed underway. Sean Diddy Combs, his recent ex-girlfriend, who goes by the pseudonym Jane in the courtroom. She described how she endured drug-fueled sex marathons right up until Diddy's arrest in September. She began her testimony after the judge threatened to expel Diddy from the courtroom because he was nodding vigorously at jurors, just nodding vigorously at the jurors. And the judge said, do not move your head. Don't make any gestures to the jurors at all. But they didn't do anything to him just yet. Jane spoke barely above a whisper to an attentive jury. Several jurors leaned forward as she testified. She talked about how she did not want to keep having sex with other men, but Diddy kept pressuring her, and she felt obligated, she said, and he controlled other parts of her life, like paying her rent. So she is on the stand in that case. All right, we'll move on and get into the final hour of the show here on a Friday.
I wonder if he was nodding at specific things.
Must have been something that he was reacting to.
When his lawyers were up talking?
He said the jurors. He was nodding along with the jurors.
Oh.
Which I guess you're not supposed to do it. I'll put that on the Mo list too. Like, I guess you're not supposed to make any overtures at all to the jurors, which makes sense. I get that. They don't want them like trying to connect with it. What was that trial? Do you guys remember the trial where there was a juror that like fell in love with the dude in the courtroom? What was that?
Oh, as you say that, I'm like, I know what you're talking about, but then I feel like I'm also getting confused with the TV show we all watched.
I thought that was real life. It was. Here's how I remember it. I remember there being a juror on the jury in a case, and they were making eyes with whoever the defendant is, and they were talking about how this juror was like falling for the defendant, and they had to get rid of them from whatever case they were in. I forgot what that was.
We're talking about Jillian Guess, a Vancouver woman who was convicted in 1998 of obstruction of justice after becoming romantically involved with a murder defendant while she was a juror in his 1995 trial.
That would have been 98. I feel like it was more recent one.
Yeah. This was like within the last handful of years. I'll find out if I can with defendant.
Okay.
Yeah, it's tough.
Tysheem McGregor, murder conviction tossed.
That could be it. Oh, Jodi Arias?
See, but I don't think we talked about it like that.
That was 2015. Anyways, maybe you remember. Let us know if you do. But there was a case kind of like that.
Turns out it happens a lot.
Yeah, they don't want the jurors to like make connections with the people who are the defendants in the case. Let us know what you think. Send us your dispatches. We'll get to those here in just a bit. All right, let's get geared up for the weekend. We'll have a fun final hour on the show.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think on the way out. Give us your dispatches and emails, tips at thenewsjunkie.com. That's all coming up next on The News Junkie.
Tickets for the 2025 Real Radio Charity Poker Tournament presented by JustCallMo.com go on sale June 17th. Details at realradio.fm/poker.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's piling up on Florida's Turnpike heading southbound due to an accident just south of Hancock Road there. The left lane's blocked. There's a crash blocking the right lane on State Road 429 southbound out of Coia-Popka Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways there. Traffic starting to slow down on I-4 westbound through that World Drive area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Hi, my air conditioner isn't working.
We're hosting a pet rock adoption telethon.
Pet rocks?
The internet says they're endangered.
Rocks are everywhere.
You know what's everywhere?
Frank Gay is everywhere. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you have AC problems, you need help now. One of our licensed and certified technicians can have your AC blowing cold air in no time. That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
What's up, fellas? Russ Rollins here. Get real testosterone prescribed by the doctors at Red Mountain Weight Loss. More men are suffering from low T than ever, thanks to stress, poor diet, and lifestyle. This is a serious health issue, but I tell you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time, if you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription strength testosterone, because nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. Increasing your testosterone will give you more energy. I know. It'll help you build muscle mass. It'll help you sleep better. It improves your mental focus, and it'll boost your sex drive. It's a complete game changer. Testosterone also helps you lose and maintain your proper weight. So go to the trusted leader in health solutions for men and women, Red Mountain Weight Loss. Their experienced medical team has helped people optimize their hormones for over 30 years now, and now they can help you too. Book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today. Have low T? Start for free this month only at Red Mountain. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything! The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu!
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One Bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Tight on cash? Say less. McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Indulging your sweet tooth or craving something savory? Tired of the same old, same old? Pick from your favorites like a creamy vanilla cone for $1.50 or a small frappe like rich caramel or chocolatey mocha for just $3.50. Quick snack breaks to late night cravings and everything in between. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
It doesn't matter where in the world you are, when you eat McDonald's fries, you're home. Day or night, rain, shine, good day or bad, there's something about golden, crispy, medium fries that feels like everything is going to be okay. And now I can get them for free when I spend $1 on any order in the McDonald's app. A deal so good, might as well pair with a classic Quarter Pounder with cheese or the iconic Big Mac. Get a little taste of home with Mickey D's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid through 7/31/25 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a week. Must opt into rewards. Excludes tax.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Maurice Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
There's nothing more special than sharing Disney magic with loved ones. And Disney on Ice is the perfect place to revisit cherished memories and create new ones. Mickey and friends will take you on a journey through unforgettable moments with a magical mouse pad. Discover thrilling adventures from Zootopia, Inside Out 2, and the all-new Moana 2. Relive the timeless tales of Toy Story, Frozen, and Encanto, and the Disney princesses. Hold on tight as Stitch grabs the magical mouse pad and shakes things up. Play in Kia Center August 29th through 31st.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge
huge difference for me. I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
Or don't. But I mean, maybe do. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com, hit merch, go over to thenewsjunkie.com, click that merch button, grab a shirt or a tank top, or both for that matter, and you get a magnet and sticker along with. You can play Game of Magnets, friend. Slap that News Junkie magnet on the back of your vehicle. Have at it. Details. What is Game of Magnets, you ask? Details over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right. We're going to get into some of you and your dispatches, your feedback that's coming in here just a moment from now. What's going on?
We're getting into them.
And right through the middle.
We're going to get into their feedback.
Gonna love it.
Is what I was getting at there. There's a story out today that I thought was really weird where somebody said, look, and there's always these stories about how we used to have just the right amount of people doing this job and now we don't have enough. And so like everything is screwed up. Most of this is lies. I try to give you the example of Twitter because people could not stop talking about Twitter. They said Elon fired such a big percentage of Twitter. Celine, can you fact check me on this? What percentage of Twitter did Elon fire? What percentage of the staff members did he fire? Because afterwards, for so many months, everybody was like, the website's going to grind to a halt. It's going to be closed in a week. It's going to be done for
80%.
80%. Elon Musk fires 80% of Twitter. Big old chunk of the workforce, and it's up, it's running. They've made a lot of actually progress in the AI world and beyond with XAI. For the most part, the website seems to work just as it used to. It's almost like they were a bit bloated. You can look at every other company out there.
7,500 employees.
See, that's how much they had at the peak, or they have what they have now. They have a fraction.
No, it went from 7,500 to around 1,500.
To around 1,500 people. So anytime this happens, people go, just like the hurricane stuff that I talked about. Some people will probably do it with the firefighter stuff. Like there's danger now because there'll be less firefighters working. It's mostly nonsense. We're Americans. We usually come together. We usually get by. We usually make it work. Even in radio, iHeartMedia is no stranger to firing a whole bunch of people for really great decisions, I'm sure, according to all the suits at this company. But does the radio station stop? Everybody predicts it will every single time. It doesn't seem to stop.
The companies don't stop. But when you hear the screaming of, well, just go out there and get a job, and there are not a lot of positions available, is where I feel like some questions come into play.
Well, one of the issues like this right now is that people are saying we can't really trust inflation data. And they're saying at the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, I don't know anybody that works over there, but they have shed 15% of their personnel this year. And they're saying now we can't trust. If they say inflation comes down, says morningbrew.com, we can't trust their numbers because they fired 15% of their workforce. And then they go to outline what these people did. And they said that these people who worked on telling us what was happening with inflation with the Bureau of Labor Statistics, They would actually go into grocery stores in different places and they would find out how much stuff costs. And then they would compare it to the past. And then they would tell us what was going on with inflation. That sounds like a really good example of something that could be improved upon by technology very easily.
Just a bit, but those people have to make money too. Come on.
This seems like a job that maybe should be improved upon with the ability of technology and other things to make it easier, to have some sort of database. You could crawl all the websites for these companies, we could see what they're currently charging, compare it to historical data, have a nice little interface even for it so everybody can keep a look at this stuff. That seems like you could make things
jobs.
Yeah, it says hundreds of enumerators, which is what they call themselves, go to brick and mortar stores across the U.S. and document the prices of products. Those people have now been fired. Well, some of them, because they only shed 15% of their workforce. That information is then converted into the closely watched consumer price index. With fewer enumerators to go around and a method of less educated guessing called different cell imputation that was used twice as much in April as any month during the past 5 years, it calls into question the long-term veracity of the data. No, I call in to question the long-term veracity of the data because of the way you were doing it before. But having people go out to the actual store, this is the most inefficient way I've ever heard of doing this. It's 2025, people. Let's do this in a better way that makes a hell of a lot more sense. But this is just what I'm talking about. Like, anytime you fire people, it's like, oh, people are going to die as a result of this. We'll see what you think. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Hang on. Let me zap this real quick. And let's get over to Nathan, who's talking about how the weekend is upon us. Nathan, you are right about that. People should be happy. Happier than they are.
3 of the best friends you never knew you had. The News Junkie. Okay. Sabrina, Sean, C-Lane.
Yes.
It's Friday.
Saturday.
It's Friday,
Sunday.
baby. It is Friday.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. I just want to tell you guys, happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
My God.
And I hope each and every one of you have an amazing weekend. Absolutely love you guys. Keep being a bright light in this world. And wiggle, wiggle. Pop, pop.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Nathan.
That was sweet.
Nice to have some good news coming in. What about, here is, I'm trying to see what we need to work in. Here's Junkhead talking about 311. All right.
Dangerous brush going round the curb. Think I'm gonna cut it down. You can't rely on the city FU, so I'll just do it now.
All right, I get it.
Not bad.
You wanted to take a
Could be
311
way
song,
better.
and you wanted to turn the 311 song into a song about Nick Hexum taking it upon himself, the lead singer of 311, and making his neighborhood a safer place by cutting down some dangerous brush. But the execution was a little...
He was driving, couldn't write it down.
Junkhead 79, good job. You could do better. I think that you could do better.
You did a job.
Job is done. What was the person saying on email earlier?
Great work.
No,
Yeah.
keep up the work.
Keep up the work. Keep up the work, all right?
Yeah.
This doesn't just go for me over here. This goes for you as well. It goes to you guys as well. Let's peek into the White House, where Trump was talking with the German chancellor, who they should probably rename that to president. I get big, like, old school Germany vibes with chancellor.
No,
I feel...
Hello, this is the White House.
Somebody's like, I'm the president. I'm the prime minister. I'm the chancellor. Like,
the chancellor's coming by.
That's right. It's better than the other word we were using.
I don't know how I feel about that.
We have special salute for you.
So Trump's sitting down with the head of
bend our
Germany.
elbows now.
And the head of Germany was talking about, like, you know, we're celebrating some stuff. It's like the D-Day anniversary. And Trump says to him, well, D-Day is not a great day for you, huh? and technically, like, that's a German L. That's a German loss. But if you're the new German leadership, you don't want to go like, oh, yes, it was a very bad day for us. They have to say, no, we really liked that day. We wanted that day to be an L for Germany. It got a little weird. So here's what that was like back
I'm here, Mr. President, to talk with you later on how we could contribute to that goal. And we all are looking for measures and for instruments to bring this terrible war to an end. And may I remind you that we are having June 6th tomorrow. This is D-Day anniversary, when the Americans once ended a war in Europe. And I think this is in your hand in specific, in ours.
Here he goes.
That was not a pleasant day for you?
No, that was not a pleasant
This is not a great
in the long run.
That was not a pleasant day for you.
You remember, don't you? It's in your history book.
Imagine if the inverse happened and somebody brought up 9/11 and they're like, "Ooh, not very great day for America."
That was not a fun day whatsoever.
I mean, that's a weird one because it would have to be
the big 9/11 with the plane and the boom.
But for an example, you need something that was an L for America, but was actually a good thing.
How was a Jan 6 for you a couple of years ago?
So 9/11 doesn't work as an example because 9/11 to me, and maybe to you, Sealand, but to me, 9/11 wasn't actually a good thing. The German chancellor has to say, like, no, that wasn't actually a bad day for us, even though we lost. It's a good thing because we got rid of Hitler.
So what would be an L for us that was a good thing?
I'm trying to figure it out. Something where the United States lost, but it was actually good in the end. Maybe leaving Vietnam because we lost, but
right,
it was better afterward. I don't know. I'm struggling to find a perfect comparison because, well, I mean, what with Hitler and all makes things a little bit more difficult for them. But here's how we reacted.
Well, in the long run, Mr. President, this was the liberation of my country from Nazi dictatorship.
It's true.
So
That's true.
And we know what we owe you. But this is the reason why I'm saying that America is again in a very strong position to do something on this war and ending this war.
By the way, everybody else, take some notes from my guy right here. Take some notes from Friedrich Merz, the German chancellor, who knows how to handle himself in the Oval Office here. And even when something weird happens with Trump, he doesn't get pinned. He doesn't end up like Zelensky or the leader of South Africa, who's got a impromptu presentation dropping down for him.
This might have gone differently if J.D. Vance was there to jump down his throat.
Actually, so
did you say thank you and you're happy you're here, sir?
He handled himself pretty well, I thought. At least that guy did. Otherwise, we have a lot of talk this week, a lot of blabber about what was happening with Elon and Trump, and that's the fun stuff. That's the good drama. The CNBC people, I guess, were blabbing about this, and there's a lot of people who seem to have this idea that, well, I like Elon and I like Trump, and I think that they should just make up. And you guys need to stop fighting, come together. And I am here to tell you two things. Number one, if you are surprised, no matter where you're at on the political spectrum, if you are surprised by Trump and Elon having a falling out, you don't know how to read people at all. You don't know how to read people. You don't know how to read situations. You don't know how social interactions work over time. If anybody with a brain knows that two really big personalities, really big, stubborn personalities are going to always crash into each other. So that seemed easy enough. But if you still think that they're going to put this together and be buddy-buddy perpetually, you may be just as dumb. It ain't happening. The fallout was inevitable, and the fallout is going to continue. That's what's going to happen here. Let's listen to CNBC talking about it.
But I don't know. We were going to talk about the bill, obviously, but can we at least touch on this and what you know? I thought you were supposed to have a conversation yesterday with Elon. Did that happen, or was it just text?
Did you call him?
Well, we exchanged text messages yesterday. I spoke with him at length on
this. Is, for the record, the Speaker of the House, Johnson.
Monday, and that's why the kind of the blow up that happened this week was very surprising, disappointing to me.
Surprising?
We had a very friendly conversation. I really like Elon. He's a friend. I've come to truly respect his acumen. The Doge effort was heroic, patriotic, helped us find a lot of savings and abuses that Congress was not able to uncover previously. So huge contributions. And look, we can have policy differences. We have that here in this building, every day. But it's not personal. It shouldn't be personal.
Yeah, it's going to be personal. I just have to tell you, it's
we call Doge heroic?
He said they were.
That's one way to put it.
Heroic seems.
You libtards aren't going to feel the same way as Mike Johnson, okay? You're not going to like it.
When a hero comes along, I don't know if it screams Doge.
Mike Johnson says, I think I think it's heroic to save the American public tax dollars. I think that's, I don't know, heroic might be too much, but I think it's a patriotic.
That's what I'm saying, heroic.
Not heroic, patriotic. Patriotic, I would say, would be my claim. I think that we get taxed far more than we should. And they tell us always they need more. And they are not efficient with our money. They waste a lot of our money. So I think spending should be reined in. Imagine that. And we should do better. But heroic, I think, is too far a step. Just, I would say patriotic. But nobody really wants to do any of this stuff
Speaker
anyways.
Johnson, walk into the Doge offices and go, heroes, all of you. Yes. Give them capes.
He says Elon won't take his calls anymore, though. So
did he block him?
Maybe he's blocked. He stopped following a lot of people. Like he stopped following Trump, I think, on Twitter. He stopped following Cat Turd, which is some like political commentator guy, I guess. I saw that headline and was like, oh, even him, huh? Or her, I don't know. We'll see. We want to know what you think about this. Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first video or audio dispatch right now. That's how you can join the show. Don't want to join us with the dispatch? Send an email. If you want to be anonymous, put that up on top. tips@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we'll regroup. We'll be back in just a moment to see what's on your mind. And we'll get into more of these clips that are making the rounds today. Lots of stuff to touch on before we wrap things up on a very busy Friday. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Emergency crews are on the roadways clearing up an accident, slowing down traffic on Florida's Turnpike southbound. South of Hancock Road, the left lane's blocked. Northbound lanes are slowing down as well in that area. There's a crash getting cleared up on State Road 408 westbound before John Young Parkway. Multiple lanes are blocked on State Road 429 southbound before Ocoee-Apopka Road there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Stay connected when it matters most. Be prepared with Rapid Radio's walkie-talkies. With instant push-to-talk and LTE nationwide coverage, you can reach family and friends in any emergency. 100% private, no contracts, no hassle.
Stay safe. Order now at rapidradios.com.
One of my favorite things about that mortgage guy, Don, is the fact that he is part of the Real Radio family. That's right. Every Saturday morning, you can tune into the Home Loans Radio Show and get your questions answered live on the air. And know that Don and his crew, they're pulling back the curtain on the mortgage business. They're explaining the real mortgage process to you because he wants you to know how it works. He has your best interest in mind. He's going to treat you like a human, unlike a number, like all the other mortgage companies. So when it comes to big life decisions like refinancing or buying your first dream home, work with someone who has your back, who is looking out for you, and that's that mortgage guy, Don. Go to thatmortgageguydawn.com and get peace of mind right there at your fingertips.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
This September, our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One is coming back to Las Vegas.
And you can win your way to be there.
Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets go on sale June 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific through AXS.com. But starting Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, Capital One cardholders get first access to tickets and other exclusive offers for 48 hours only, or while pre-sale tickets last. Visit iHeartRadio.com/Capital One for more pre-sale details. What's in your wallet? Keep listening for the next chance to win your way to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Presented by Capital One.
What's up, fellas? Russ Rollins here. Get real testosterone prescribed by the doctors at Red Mountain Weight Loss. More men are suffering from low T than ever, thanks to stress, poor diet, and lifestyle. This is a serious health issue, but I tell you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling sluggish, you lose your mental focus all the time, if you're having trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. The solution is prescription strength testosterone, because nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. Increasing your testosterone will give you more energy. I know. It'll help you build muscle mass. It'll help you sleep better. It improves your mental focus, and It'll boost your sex drive. It's a complete game changer. Testosterone also helps you lose and maintain your proper weight. So go to the trusted leader in health solutions for men and women, Red Mountain Weight Loss. Their experienced medical team has helped people optimize their hormones for over 30 years now, and now they can help you too. Book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today. Have low T? Start for free this month only at Red Mountain. Go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com.
Do you love your kids? Send them to Crush Yard Summer Camp, where every day is packed with pickleball, ping pong, arcade games, crafts, cornhole, and more. It's active, creative, and tons of fun. Plus, lunch is included. More than just a camp, it's a summer full of new friends, confidence building, and unforgettable memories. With flexible scheduling and affordable pricing, it's easy to plan your summer your way. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at crushyard.com/camps.
It's the Hard Rock Bet Battle of the Bets. 2 bets facing off. Winning side splits $250K in bonus bets every single day. Time to pick a side. Team underdogs or team favorites. Team over or team under. There's one way to settle this. Hard Rock Bet, Battle of the Bets. Pick a side for $1.
To be clear, Skull Mike, I am shunning you. Shun initiated. Just so you know, shun initiated. You are being shunned. All right? Just want you to know that.
In just one visit, their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Wassey's Meat Market, the only place for you to pick up your big green egg. Also, make sure you visit the website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, to get your tickets for the Jack Arnold cooking event happening July the 12th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., and I'll be your DJ.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
The Medal of Honor is the highest military decoration in the United States. Recipients have done the improbable.
This medal is for the men who went down that day.
On Medal of Honor, Stories of Courage, you'll hear about these heroes and what their stories tell us about the nature of bravery. Listen to Medal of Honor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Medal of Honor and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Dispatches. That's what feedback's for, right? Tips at thenewsjunkie.com is where you can email the show if you want to be anonymous. Again, put that on top. If it's on top, I won't miss it, and I'll follow your directions. Otherwise, I might just blurt out a bunch of stuff you don't want me to. So tips at thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, put it on top. One of the stories that I think could have gotten more attention this week, believe it or not, was the killing of the King of the Hill voice guy, the actor Jonathan Joss.
There's been a lot of talk about that, a lot of back and forth about
hate crime?
whether or not it was a hate crime, and then
they were crazy. They had a war going on between these neighbors that was absolutely crazy.
Right.
And it ended with one of them dead, and the person that died was this 56-year-old Jonathan Joss. Jonathan Joss played John Redcorn on the popular animated King of the Hill series. He was also featured in Parks and Rec and various other things, but a lot of people might know him from the voice acting in King of the Hill. And the thing that I saw was him at war with his neighbor at one point. All right, this is one of the clips I saw. This is from January 11th, less than 2 weeks before his house was destroyed by a fire, it says. Okay, this was from the Facebook page of Jonathan Joss. It was posted on January 11th, less than 2 weeks before the house was fully destroyed in a fire. He was saying, "We don't need no water, let the mother effer burn." And it shows him in what looks to be his house. And I don't know what's going on here, but this is crazy. I'll show you. He's hanging out. He's spraying water indoors, it looks like. And they spraying it through a hole in the floor. And it looks like there's some sort of fire going on. So,
right.
Whatever was happening between these neighbors was like the Hatfields and the McCoys, man. It was
Jets and Sharks.
Warfare. Yeah, it was the worst kind of thing you could imagine between these
Capulets
folks.
and Montagues.
It says, the 56-year-old suspect in the fatal shooting of Jonathan Joss, who voiced the character John Redcorn in King of the Hill, immediately confessed to murdering him. The tragic violence unfolded on June 1st. At the scene, police found 59-year-old actor. He was nearby. Officers attempted to save his life, but it was too late. And immediately, the guy who did this said, "I shot him. I did it. It was me. I was the one who did it."
Did he admit to? I mean, I did see the report somewhat of the homophobic slurs, and that's where the hate crime stuff and the rumors came into play. Yes.
There was claims that there was some kind of homophobia from the neighbor, but I have no idea. I don't know what that stems from or whether or not it was real.
There was claims of the slur, but I think a lot of people were arguing that it was less of a hate crime because they just hated each other for neighbor and crazy reasons and not necessarily for one of them being gay.
Well, here's what the police report says. It details the timeline leading up to the deadly violence, saying that a woman had given Joss and his husband a ride to their former residence to pick up some mail. Seehow reportedly approached the couple after they were arriving, directly behind the woman, and they saw them arguing with the victim. The actor's husband claimed the violence was homophobia related and that the police had ignored earlier reports of threats against them. From what I could tell, the cops were called out to this all the time. Dozens and dozens and dozens of times because these guys were fighting with each other.
So I'm so curious why this time murder gets involved.
I think
how was it peaked after dozens of back and forth?
I think it just comes down to these are two people that hate each other, and it was eventually going to be somebody boiling over and doing some harm to the other person. Well, doing more than just some harm, killing the other person, right? So I'll have to look into the police report and see what spurred this whole fight, what they were fighting over, what the motivations were. But it looks like this was one of those really bad. You think you might have it bad? Think about who your neighbor is. Think about if you've had problems with your people across the street or whatever. Nothing compared to whatever these folks had going down. Story's pretty crazy. If you want to look up the guy who was killed in this whole thing was Jonathan Joss, and you'll see more about it. Another very dangerous organization is a place that's selling you something that seems not so dangerous. Bouncy houses. We continue to see.
Those are very dangerous. There was a made for TV true documentary
about bouncy houses.
Spanish.
They're scary, man.
You don't remember that really corny Netflix movie that went viral?
No, I believe you, though.
Like
I
4
believe it.
kids flew away, and they had a hard time
It
throughout
was the
entire
summer of
movie.
'94.
Well, it's the real fear. There's another one of these where they said this was a bouncy castle, and the bouncy castle, they're just chilling, having a good time. And then,
is that a kid that just flew out?
Yeah, there was a
Go
person. There's a person that was hanging on.
Oh my God!
Just flew
Holy
down.
crap!
How is that possible?
That
the
is
bouncy
insane.
house clearly was not properly tied down to the ground, and the bouncy house whips up, and there was some kid inside that just goes,
That's a big fall.
That was
Did
not
they
good.
survive?
I believe so. They said onlookers managed to form a human crash mat. The kids were injured, but they survived the incident. It was a fundraising event with over 1,000 kids.
Parents never knew the party was doomed from the jump.
I'm going to get this up on See It Now, by the way.
Save a lot of money moving forward because that kid will never go into a bounce house again.
I would be very careful, parents. If you go to some sort of party, birthday party or otherwise, they got one of these here bounce houses. You make sure that the person putting it together knows what they're doing because it can be dangerous.
I don't know if it's going to be this year or we got to wait a little bit because Jack might be too young for a bounce house for his second birthday.
Oh,
What about
maybe.
a smaller bounce house?
But third maybe. Yeah, then
Just
we're
make sure
getting
his
into bounce house
grip is real
territory.
tight in case you get a gust of wind.
Let's go from our experience. What about the two of you? What is your most what birthday you remember the most like that when you were a little kid? Do you remember being 4 or 5 or 3?
Okay, my answer is tough. I've told you guys before. I remember my third birthday because somebody's dad brought one of those over-the-shoulder video cameras and took a bunch of videos. So I've watched the video.
Yeah.
But you don't know if you remember from your brain or from watching the video. My earliest memories might be, everybody says they're so much younger than mine. I don't know how much I believe everybody. I think like 5 or 6 years old are sort of the first things that I can cook up.
I have like little flashes from when I was 2 or 3 years old. But it's just
I don't
like
remember anything.
particular memories. And then
from 2
or 3. And honestly,
Man.
it's the stupidest story, but if I closed my eyes and I've had the ability to show you, I could envision it perfectly. I don't know. Nothing traumatic happened. I lost my pacifier, and then Muppets were playing in the background.
Who's to say that's not traumatic? That could be the ultimate traumatic thing.
I know for a fact that every time I pull a pacifier from my son,
it's traumatic.
It seems traumatic. His reaction is such that it would line up with some form of trauma.
Well, I don't know if he's ready for the bounce house yet, but soon enough, you could see this for yourself.
Maybe not for Oktoberfest, which is coming soon.
Oh,
you guys will get your invites. Bring your hosen.
Oh yeah.
Good name. All right. Okay. Well, you could see this gone wrong moment here at the bounce house, which flew up in the air. Go check that out. Go to See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right. When we come back, we're going to do a couple of things.
This day flew by.
The first thing we're going to do is tell you this is your last
Just like
chance.
that little kid.
You only get one shot, one opportunity right now to go get the merch while you can. That's right, friend. Get off your ass. Get over to your keyword. Get the merch, which is up on thenewsjunkie.com. Click merch.
Right. One last time, guys.
It's here at last. Hot merch. Shirts are going fast.
Is this a dance? People do that?
It's like...
Oh, is that this?
So don't delay.
Not that. For sure, not that.
Newsjunkie.com today.
What's the Hawaiian dance look like?
That's
the
sway
Hawaiian
to
music.
the left, to
Like
the right.
this, right?
No, but you're trying to do like swing things. You
No,
have to be more...
I'm going forward now.
Okay, but that's for a much slower genre of music.
It's for Hawaiian music. Oh, I'm going too fast, is what
It's
you're
not
saying?
Hawaiian music. This is more like 50 swing.
Yeah, it's
it's
surf rock.
But I was trying to apply my Hawaiian dancing to the surf rock.
We'll
So
work on it.
I did my best. Ain't gonna
now
get much better. Don't get very confident that it's gonna get much better. But go get your merch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, click merch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, click merch. Thank you for all your orders. We love you. We appreciate you. You have just enough time right now to sneak in the last moment to get yours. So go do it. Support the show, thenewsjunkie.com/merch. Final dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Friday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Like a bar fight with microphones. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for our Friday, we're going to be expecting another round of hot and humid temperatures. Highs will be climbing into the low and middle 90s. High around 92 today in Orlando. Feeling, though, closer to the low 100s. We'll see about a 30% chance of some afternoon showers and a couple of thunderstorms. Lower chances of rain, but hotter temperatures for this weekend. Feeling like the low 100s once again, with highs actually in the mid 90s. About a 20% chance of rain. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Stay connected and stay productive with Rapid Radios. Business owners trust Rapid Radios for instant, reliable team communication with nationwide LTE coverage, push-to-talk convenience, and room for up to 200 units on one feed. Keeping connected has never been easier.
Order now at rapidradios.com.
The official drink of summer is here. Eye Candy Energy Drink. 3 delicious flavors, original, sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. Taste the sweet life at eyecandyenergydrink.com.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Michael Blackson, June 6th and 7th.
You like a healthy crackhead. He look like a Rick Ross starter kid.
Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Get ready, book lovers. The 9th annual Space Coast Book Lovers event is on June 18th through the 21st in legendary Cocoa Beach. Spend the weekend meeting your favorite authors, discovering new ones, and enjoying book signings, goodies, and fun activities. Choose from all-inclusive multi-day passes for the full experience, general admission with a tote bag, and VIP options. For info and tickets to Space Coast Book Lovers, visit legendarycocobeach.com. Find your inner bookworm.
NBC Nightly News.
From one era to the next.
I'm Tom Brokaw.
We'll hope to see you back here.
I'm Lester Holt.
Trust is the anchor. For NBC Nightly News, I'm Tom Llamas. A new chapter begins. NBC Nightly News with Tom Llamas. Evenings on NBC.
You know what's faster than your paycheck? Literally everything. It's time to get your pay up to speed. With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors available in select states. Expedited transfer is available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Now at Verizon, we're locking in low prices for 3 years, guaranteed, on my plan. And you can get a single line for just $45 a month when you switch and bring your phone. That's our best price ever on unlimited welcome, with autopay plus taxes and fees, guaranteed for 3 years. Because at Verizon, we got you. Visit your local Orlando Verizon store today. $20 monthly promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Hi, this is Alice Christner. Please join our family on Friday, June 20th for a special fundraising dinner at Christner's Prime Steak and Lobster to celebrate 32 years of legendary dining in Orlando. All of the dining proceeds will be donated to Aspire Health Partners and the Advent Health Diabetes Institute. This meaningful give-back event reflects the Christner family's heartfelt appreciation for your support for more than 3 decades. For reservation, visit Christner'sPrimeSteakandLobster.com. Because at Christner's, every day is a special occasion.
This summer, escape to a place where history echoes through the streets, where epic beaches embrace breathtaking sunrises, and days are filled with adventures. From the historic charm of Old St. Augustine to 42 miles of scenic coastline in Ponte Vedra and the beaches, every moment brings a perfect blend of exhilaration and rejuvenation. Start your summer getaway now at FloridasHistoricCoast.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Maurice Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
iHeartRadio just gave driving an upgrade with Presets, now on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Your go-to stations, podcasts, and playlists all just a tap away on your dash. Start your engine, hit play, and drive happy. Free with iHeartRadio on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
I'm Buzz Knight, host of the Taking a Walk podcast. Step with us into the world of music. I bring you up-close conversations with new and legendary musicians. For one of the best music interview podcasts, listen to Taking a Walk on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real radio. 104.1.
Dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
Make the cut. And today, learn to wrap everything up for a Friday. You have yourself a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy yourself. If you miss any of the show, get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com.
Any big plans, Phyllis?
Well, hold on. First things first.
Okay.
On the way out, let's let you know this is the final chance for you to get merch. So get that over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Click merch, grab your shirts, the beach shirt and tank top while you can in a couple of different colors. Those are up for you.
And your final show, right?
Well, that's not for a couple of weeks here, but soon enough. And we'll figure out that. I don't even know what's going on next week. I don't know. Sealand hits me up and goes, hey, Sabrina's out Thursday, Friday, and not for nothing, I just realized I have jury duty on Tuesday, I think.
Hey, well,
and
I'll be here Tuesday.
So if Sealand gets picked for some sort of trial, then things are going to be real interesting as the week rolls on.
I'm not getting picked for a trial.
They might say, like, what kind of experience do you have? Would you say you've been jury foreman before? Oh, well, yes, I have. Wait, would you say you're going to be fair at judging? Oh, yeah.
And then if someone's on the stand and the cop is there as a witness, are they guilty?
Mm-hmm.
And Sealand just has to say, of course they are.
He's not going to do it. He won't lie to weasel his way out. I know it. I just know he won't do it. He's going to be
why weasel? It's our civic duty.
Yeah, I agree.
You didn't even get the cut last time.
No,
you didn't even
I
have
tried
to go to the place.
I tried to. I thought I was going to have to. Sealand almost pranked me and almost had me show up anyways.
I thought about it. It would have been so great.
Because I
really would have.
And it only would have paid off, though, if I showed up to the courthouse and videotaped you leaving and just been like, ha, ha, got your ass.
Right.
True. Yeah. Hang on. It's just a perfect time to do this.
Okay.
Bear with me here.
What had happened?
What'd you do?
I'm scared now. I feel like he's going to do
You didn't
something.
print today, I learned, did you?
No. Everything's fine. I printed today, I learned. Yeah, I'm all ready for that. I may just do it after the show. No. Okay. All right. It's fine. Let's do our final dispatches and all that good stuff here as we wrap everything
very
up
cryptic.
for Friday in the week. It's just something. It doesn't matter. It's not important. Right now, this is important, though. So here we go. Let's do the final dispatches.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
That's right. Maybe so. We shall see. Hang on, can I do things from here?
Sean will probably only play one of them.
All right, never mind. We're good. Let me get to these final dispatches. Here goes nothing. Oh, I can do it from here. Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's okay. It doesn't matter. Let's see. On the way out, we'll get to this one right here. Here is Flip talking about firefighter families. Okay, Flip.
So I have two brothers-in-law and a nephew that are currently on different fire departments. My nephew is just now starting out as a full-timer, but spent the last 6 years as a volunteer. His dad, my one brother-in-law, is an assistant chief in his department, but started off as a volunteer and worked as a volunteer at the fire department for many, many years.
How does
and
that
worked
work?
2-3 other jobs. And he works one on, two off. But now that he's assistant chief, I think that's changed actually. But my other brother-in-law, he worked as a civilian on an Air Force base as an assistant chief for the last, 10 years or more, 20 years total at that one job. And he recently retired. But
Nice.
He worked like 5 days a week, plus one of those 5 days was a 24-hour shift.
All right, thank you. TLDR, that was a lot.
Man,
a lot of
numbers.
You threw out some numbers as to firefighter pay, and I've gotten so many texts that were like, I didn't make anywhere near that in my firefighting career.
Well, I think firefighters start out a lot lower than they end up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And apparently volunteer for a couple of years.
I don't know that that's the norm, that you start out just volunteering. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's the case. I think you just get paid a lot less when you start. You probably start like in the 40s or something, would be my guess. And then the people who are higher up at the fire department are definitely making more, like $60,000 to $80,000, and that's not even the highest that there is there. Why? Who's fighting that, Sula?
Fighters,
There's
I
some
believe.
people on the texting service saying like, where was this guy? My first year cross-trained as fire and EMS, my tax return was for $26K.
Your first year? What year was that? Also, how long were we talking about?
Didn't say. They said they had to leave.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going on averages, and I'm going with what in the state of Florida a lot of these firefighters
I'm not
make.
trying to call you wrong.
No,
man.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at
Today's
them.
calling, John.
I'm done for the week, so we're going to get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned. Here we go.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Friday, June 6th, 2025. Today I learned this occupation. DJ, gonna be too hard. NASA is the song. NASA did a song of Gangnam Style. NASA astronauts do not wash or dry their clothes. They wear them until they're too dirty or stinky to wear any longer, and then they drop them into the atmosphere.
Am I an astronaut?
Bye.
Basically. Today I learned this band right here.
The Phoenix.
Oh, Oasis.
Oh, wow.
Yes, indeed. Noel Gallagher of Oasis wrote their hit single, Live Forever, which you're hearing right now, in response to the depressing Nirvana song called I Hate Myself and I Want to Die. Well, I could see why you might not like that one. So he said, Live Forever is going to be our battle back against that. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast.